Do you have a message for the non-Jewish world, Rebbe?
That it will be peace for all the world by performing all the 7 mitzvahs of the Messiah.
Do you feel that we've entered a messianic age, Rebbe? Do you feel that we entered the age of the Messiah, Rebbe?
Long ago.
Long ago.
Long ago.
Hashem scattered the Jews among the nation, להרבות עליהם גרים. Mitzvah to show the truth to the goyim, that they should leave their idols and become Noachites, righteous Gentile. It's mitzvah.
When the Jewish people have the authority and the ability to enforce, anybody that doesn't accept the 7 Noahide laws loses their life, should be killed.
If you do not keep these 7 laws, you should be killed in this world, and you will not have the share in the world to come.
But this is the reason why the other monotheistic religions were so popular. Both the Christians and now he introduces the Muslims. They are here to play an important role. Their role is to straighten the path for Messiah, to clear the path for Messiah, to fix the whole world to worship God. That's the role of Messiah. They're going to help facilitate that.
Religious efforts under Theodosius were thorough. Nicene Christianity and Orthodox Trinitarianism became the official state religion in 380. In 381, persecutions of pagans began with authorized attacks on pagan temples. Between 389 and 392, non-Nicene Christianity was banned. Pagan holidays were turned into workdays. The use of auspices, the religious foundation of ancient Roman authority, was prohibited. The Vestals were disbanded, and the altar of victory was removed from the Senate in Rome. In 393, the Olympic Games ceased. In 394, Rome's eternal flame was extinguished because it was pagan.
Anti-Semitism is really anti-God. I don't mean that every Jew is perfect, but the Torah and the divine revelation that the Jews were given and are responsible to follow themselves and also share with others is really God's. It's God's message to the world. It's God's way of life for the entire world. And so anti-Semitism is being anti-God. The fight right now against Jews is a fight against Hashem, is a fight against God.
You know, this was the biggest warning that Paul the Apostle made to Gentile believers. He said, listen, you guys, know your place. He says, before you were introduced to the God of Israel, to Jesus, the Jewish Messiah, Yeshua, you were a Gentile, you were pagan, you were without hope, without God in the world. And this was our place. And he says, but now by grace you've been grafted in, as you said, to the tree of Israel. And he says, but just because you've been grafted in by grace, don't you become arrogant. Don't you look down on those that were broken off in order that you blind Gentile could come in. And yet, unfortunately, Gentile arrogance is what has dominated much of the church down through history, beyond the political activism side. First and foremost,
Esau scapegoated.
Israel has to be gospel-centered. So we need to stand against the propaganda and the lies that are coming against Israel, but at the heart of it are
John Garata super mix.
So we need to be calling the Jewish people back to the God of Israel, back to their Messiah. It's the Jewish Messiah that brought us into this relationship with them, and that's our duty. It's our mandate, is to bring them back to him as well.
We as Christians need to understand that the Bible tells us that the Jews are God's chosen people. We as Christians need to understand that God gave the so-called land of Palestine to the Jewish people, to Israel, which they have occupied in perpetuity for 3,000 years, not always ruling.
Give it a like, share the link.
That God gave them. And
everywhere.
Understand that we should be praying for that, because God gave us the Bible through the Jews. God gave us our Messiah as a Jewish man.
You see, the Jewish people have given us the Word of God. Every word in this book was written with Jewish hands. The patriarchs were all Jewish. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, David, Ezekiel, Isaiah. There's not a Gentile in the list anywhere. Paul was a Jew. The great evangelist to the Gentile world was a Jew by the name of Paul the Apostle.
As the mountains are round about Jerusalem, so is the Lord round about his people forever. He that keepeth Israel neither slumbers nor sleeps. In this city the Messiah is going to come and put his foot on the Mount of Olives. It will split in half. He will walk up and sit on that throne for 1,000 years. This city is going to be the city that every prime minister, president, king, and queen, every person on the planet must come and get their instructions to function. Paris, Washington, Rome, or pup tents at the end of a dirt road compared to
Test.
This is the city of God.
The Goyim are going to build your walls, and the kings are going to serve you, and the gates will be constantly open in order to enable the Goyim to come and bring the Chel Goyim, the wealth of the nations, and to be able to come and bring it to Yerushalayim. And as other Mefarshim say, they're going to be brought in chains to show that they are avodim to Malkash. And the reason why the gates of Yerushalayim will always be open will be because the Goyim will be coming by the myriads to bring the gifts and to bring the wealth and to bring all the gifts to Yerushalayim, to the Yid.
The Goyim at that time will all become believers in God, in the Jewish God. They will simply throw out all their versions of who God is, whether that God is Jesus or Muhammad or Buddha or the Hindu deities, for good and forever.
As soon as you start your beginning of Bible study, of Torah study, is the first word, the first thing you need to know, the whole world was created for the Jewish people and for the Torah.
Not real Judaism.
For the sake of the Jewish people observing the Torah.
Talmud.
5, he says this, when the Son of Man comes in his glory, that's when Jesus comes back. He splits the sky, shining like the sun, with an army of angels with him. When he comes back, he's describing his own return. Then he will sit on your throne forever. But let's just call it what it is. It's the restoration of the Jewish monarchy that will rule over the earth. So you get all these conspiracy theorists that go, the Jews rule the world. No, they don't. But someday a Jew will rule the world. He's still Jewish. He's coming back as a Jew in a physical Jewish body. And all nations will bow down to him.
Super edit from See Through It All, or See Through It All clips, edited by John Garadas to get us started today. Huge show today. I was just thinking, like, disinformation is one of their most effective and crucial tools that they utilize. So you debunk the kosher disinformation and expose how it's deflecting and disinformation, and then they attack you and act like you're covering for the fake shit. All the most popular stuff, all the most viral influencers, all the biggest engagement. The higher the engagement, the bigger the follower account, the bigger the subscribers, the more likely that it's disinfo. That seems to be the way the landscape is heading these days. Looks like we're about to go to war with Iran, on top of all of it. Dugin is seething for World War III. The Russia shills are standing and simping for Putin harder than ever. We got a bunch of clips. Joe Rogan, Flynn on with Alex Jones. They're sending a bunch of the reports that they're sending a ton of military equipment over to the Middle East, and also that Russia is there in the Middle East doing drills with Iran. Cuba, who Trump had threatened for regime change basically last month, is now meeting with the Kremlin, with Putin in the Kremlin. Satanic panic hysteria is at an all-time high. The mobs of low IQ Goyim peasants whipped up into a hysterical frenzy, waging war against invisible demons and supposed witches and Baal worshippers. Huge, big if true, Representative Liu said full Epstein files show Trump raping children. 153,000 likes, 5 million views. Let's see it.
So why are Republicans so interested in Bill and Hillary Clinton? It's because they're trying to distract from the fact that Donald Trump is in the Epstein files thousands and thousands of times. In those
So's Bannon, but all the influencers like Alex Jones are fear-mongering about a satanic Epstein class and child sacrifices and cannibalism with Mike Flynn and all the usual suspects, not talking about all the serious things in there, taking it straight to discredited kook land. That's what's happening.
Files, there's highly disturbing allegations of Donald Trump raping children.
Is he referring to Katie Johnson, the Katie Johnson thing? Wasn't she like 13? That accusation's been around since like Facebook boomer memes in 2016. Is that what he's referring to? Say it.
Threatening to kill children.
Whoa.
So I encourage your press to go look at these allegations, and I'm highly disturbed that
Go look. Are they in the unreleased portion? What does he mean go and look? How can we go look if they're in the unreleased portion?
Attorney General Todd Blanche just got the law wrong. Yesterday, he said, essentially, that it is not a crime to party with Jeffrey Epstein. Well, that's actually not correct. If Jeffrey Epstein was human trafficking minors for these sex parties, and you show up and patronize the establishment at that party, yes, you're guilty, because patronizing is part of the law, of the federal sex trafficking law. So Deputy General Todd Blanche just got that wrong, which maybe explains why they aren't investigating all these folks, including...
Oh, you mean Congress should go look at it? That makes sense. Powerchat.live/no more news turned on now.
Not knowing the law, but a massive, not only screw up, but the biggest privacy violation in history. They release...
Corn Pop, thank you.
That super chat concerning Owens yesterday was a joke.
I know.
JK at the end next time so there's no confusion. I personally think World War III started on
Yes.
September 11th. You ever heard rabbis say this?
Yeah. I'm the one that found that rabbi clip of him talking about it's Edom, an attack on Edom, and prophesied in the Zohar. I was the one that first found that clip of that rabbi. And we've since then found more rabbis saying the same thing, coincidentally. But yeah, and also I'm also exposed Rabbi Khan, his most famous New York Times best-selling Christian apocalypse book, The Harbinger, is all about 9/11 being the start of Gog and Magog and some biblical prophetic event. So absolutely, the war of Gog and Magog, essentially, as it'll be written in the Talmud 1,000 years ago, if they have their 1,000 years in the future, if they have their way, it'll say that Gog and Magog began on 9/11 for sure.
Minors.
The clash of civilization between the Christendom and Islam, Esau and Ishmael,
unredacted, just violated the privacy of these girls. It is uncalled for what they did. The one thing that they could not do under this law was to invade the privacy of these women now who were girls at the time who were victims of sex trafficking. Also, he met with Ghislaine Maxwell, moved her to a minimum security prison, and then got a puppy for her. So for all those reasons, he's just got to leave the Department of Justice.
He gave her a puppy? Trump gave her a puppy? Trump hates dogs. He's like, and he calls everybody a dog. She's a dog. He's a loser like a dog. He was begging like a dog. The other Zohar, Jack Stone says the other Zohar passage that linked to the 9/11 one they're also using now to describe an arrogant king rising out of Edom. That's right. And it has like 3 buildings going down, 2 great halls and a tower or something like that. Anyway, did he say raping children? Did I miss that?
Said, essentially, that it is not a crime to party with Jeffrey Epstein. Human trafficking minors to kids in the Epstein files, thousands and thousands. So interested in Bill and Hillary Clinton is because they're trying to distract from the fact that Donald Trump is in the Epstein files thousands and thousands of times.
He's in 1,000 times.
Those files, there's highly disturbing allegations of Donald Trump raping.
I love how Alex Jones will jump to like everything is a satanic secret ritual and hidden code and eating babies and worshiping Baal. But then like Trump was best friends with him and is all over the files. And he's just like, Trump had nothing to do with it. Trump tried to stop him. Trump's turning on the deep state. Trump and Putin are taking out the satanic West, and the multipolar world's going to rise up. The globalists will be taken down, and they're all satanic and demonic anyway.
Children. Of Donald Trump threatening to kill children. Of Donald Trump raping children.
Okay, he did say raping children. Wow. Wow. This is so scandalous. So scandalous. Guy in Congress saying that like that. Dude, shit is about to hit the fan. They got us on the verge of World War III with Iran and Russia, and this is going down on the home front. The president and the system getting exposed as rape rings, pedophile rape rings. Hey, dude, I'm not interested in your little season prophecy, okay? Do you not get the point? We don't believe in Jewish prophecies and Jewish magic. So Satan's little season, Satan isn't real, prophecy isn't real. So what is your response to that? And let's hear your response. Otherwise, I don't want to hear any more of it. It's annoying. Take that to Sam Tripoli or something. Anyway, here is Kremlin Wars up to their usual satanic. We had a impromptu late night stream, after hour stream with Need More Amalek last night, where we got into other Kremlin Wars clips. Matt Bracken saying they're all satanic and demonic and eating babies, and this is going to bring down all the governments of the West, which is the goal, right? The Kabbalist goal. So here's Mike Flynn, long suspected Russian agent, QAnon shill, kosher Christian Zionist Reawaken America tour, Kim Clement, prophecy bullshit, Seventh Dominionist, Seven Mountain Dominionist, Council for National Policy, I also believe. Hey, hanging out at the table with Putin at the RT event.
Cult. Everything that we do in our lives has to do with politics. And when the political masters that we have, from the White House over to the Congress, when they are controlled by a demonic, satanic cult, which is an intelligence operation to compromise people so they will make
demonic satanic cult. Dude, we're ruled by Judeo-Christian Zionist. Look around. It's Judeo-Christian Zionist. Trying to scapegoat this alleged Baal worshipers and baby-eating conspiracies. That it's Moloch and Baal and Satan that they all worship, just lying about what Jews believe. That they don't secretly worship Satan. They think you are satanic. That's the secret, if anything. They worship Yahweh. We're dealing with Yahwehists. That's who Israel is. That's who Chabad is. That's who Likud and Netanyahu is. That's who the Christians are. Jewish, Messianic, apocalyptic sects. They're all Moshiach-isms. Moshiachianity and Yahwehist. Deflecting to supposed Baal worshipers and Satan worshipers is the most kosher narrative you could have. Sounds just like the Kabbalah rabbis saying America is satanic. Edom is satanic. The guardian angel is Samael. Okay? That's what they're doing here. Smearing all of the West as satanic, just like all of the messaging coming out of RT and Putin and all the Russian compromat vatniks.
Make decisions that they are being told to make, not on our behalf, but on the behalf of some other, satanic, demonic cult. Because that's what this is about. This is
satanic, demonic. They just keep repeating. He said it, satanic, demonic, twice in 10 seconds. Satanic, demonic cult. Satanic, demonic cult. Dude, Epstein was celebrating Passover in the emails. He was calling us goyim, which is a Jewish rabbi term for non-Jews. He had emails full of Torah verses. People claim the theory goes, it's not true, but that he had a Talmud behind him. The Talmud is not Satan worship, it's Yahweh worship. It's not Baal worship, it's anti-idol worship. These guys are getting absolutely everything wrong, and it's because they won't criticize Judaism and Yahwehism and Jewish prophecies. They're Baal worshipers.
you know, I've said spiritual war. Yep, you're damn right. This is a spiritual war.
It's all demons, so all we can do is pray to Jesus and trust the plan because it's demons in charge. It's the invisible bad guys that we can never name or actually bring down. We just have to keep waiting and waiting 2 more weeks and trusting the plan. The white hats are in charge, saving Israel for last. Come on, dude. What glows? Alex Jones and Tucker Carlson and Joe Rogan and Mike Flynn, or what we're saying? Huh? What's more likely to be the Mossad, Russia, Chabad psyop? What's more likely? The one that are echoing all of their anti-Edom. Edom's all satanic. It needs to be destroyed. Vengeance from God. Destroy it. Russia's the Christian nation and the choir boy, and they're the good guys, and they never did anything wrong. It's all the evil West and satanic occult Nazi, World Economic Forum and United Nations and NATO, all those secret occultic Babylonian Nazis at NATO, right? That's the narrative they all push as well. Come on. Come on. What are we doing here? Satanic, demonic, spiritual war, Jesus, trust the plan. Do we need to bring up the Flynn clip? Of him talking about how he loves Israel and thinks it's God's chosen people and God's chosen land? We'll bring it up. Flynn, who worked for a Israeli lobbyist when he got booted from the Trump administration. Flynn, who co-authored a book with Michael Ledeen, the arch neoconservative. Oh my God, hold on. Arch neoconservative. Michael Ledeen about the war on terror, the war on Islam. Yeah. The Mike Flynn that agitated Stop the Steal with Ali Akbar and Roger Stone and Alex Jones. Ex-Trump aide Flynn goes to work for pro-Israel lobbyist who aided Qatar.
You know, God actually didn't choose America. God chose Israel. America chose God.
Rumble. I will always support and respect your work. The effort is admirable. We disagree, but I should be understood as a friend, not an enemy.
Disagree on what?
Corn Pop sent $5. I really wish Christians had at least one more piece of evidence for the Baal psyop, but they wouldn't be Christians if they had standards.
True. Every little bit that they provide is obviously fake. Completely unsubstantiated. Isn't this not a banger from Flynn at the Reawaken America tour? The Great Reset, the Great Awakening versus the Great Reset. Also the title of Alex Jones' book. Also the title of Dugan's book. No joke, dude. Does it get any more obvious? They got Kim Clement, the prophecy guy at the very top. The Trump prophecy kook that was a big Zionist. They got Zev Zelenko, the Chabadnik, up on the board. They got the Nazi, occult, Babylonian, Satanist, globalist, Atlanticist, Western New World Order.
You know, God actually didn't choose America. God chose Israel. America chose God.
Come on. Pro-Israel lobbyist. That's who we're working with here doing this with Jones, guys. Do you not see that these guys glow and that this is most likely active measures propaganda to subvert against the West and play up this anti-Semitic, satanic trope, blood libel trope? Because that's part of the plan too, the rise in anti-Semitism, the world all turning on the Jews, the rise of anti-Semitism in Edom before Edom is destroyed. Okay, let's go. Let's go to the Russia part. Let me show you some of the Russia stuff since we're on that topic. Okay, look. RT pushing the jerky side. Oh man, we're like way over here. Hold on. RT pushing the jerky psyop. Talking about beef jerky is human meat on RT. Here's the guy that was working for Tenet Media, the Russia front, Tenet Media, Benny Johnson.
To view the pictures or read the files. This stuff is in these files. It makes all that pale in comparison. And if you're offered an opportunity to view the pictures or read the files, this stuff is in these files. It makes all that pale in comparison. And if you're offered an opportunity to view the pictures or read the files, I would seriously consider not doing that.
Yeah.
Because it will haunt you, this stuff that's in.
Say what it is, dude.
And here's the problem. The Biden administration, the Obama administration, these files have been out there forever. And I've said this many times. If they had the goods on Trump, you know that the Obama administration slack.
Oh, he's sweeping for Trump. No, they wouldn't do that because they're implicated as well, dude. How played out is that argument?
The Biden administration, because it never really changed hands. They would have had that stuff out there. And this stuff just goes so deep, Benny. And it is very disgusting to me. And, it's evil. It's satanic.
It's satanic.
Pits of hell. And that's where these people will end up.
It's satanic. Anything that ain't Jesus is satanic. No details on it. Show me him worshiping Satan email. Jackson Hinkle, almost an overt, out proud Russian agent at this point, says Lavrov calls Epstein files pure Satanism and says they expose the true face of the West. See, all of the West. He has a Baal bank account, so all of the West is evil and satanic. RT, high-level Russian government. Jackson Hinkle, top Russian fucking propagandist online. AstroTurfed and bought it and exploded just 2 minutes ago. You can tell me this isn't a boosted Russian fucking narrative? Luke Radowski, they're all devil worshippers. Marina Abramovich, who was raised in an Orthodox Christian family and denies being a Satanist or a witch, and just know, though, Tim Pool's buddy, Alex Jones's old friend, longtime Putin shill, they're all devil worshippers. They all worship the devil. Hey, she did some edgy, gruesome Halloween LARPy art. Oh, she's a devil worshiper. We all got to believe in Jesus. Look, 130,000 likes on Instagram. In 2023, he said, "We are fighting against Satanism." He was right. Yeah, as if our politicians in the West don't ever talk about, all the Christian leaders in the West don't ever talk about satanic, call everything satanic. Oh, Putin was right about how we're all evil cannibal Baal worshippers. We all got to be destroyed. Oh, the choir boy, our Christian savior, Putin. Oh, the KGB communist Christian crusader, Putin. And the super base trad ortho bro church. It's all so subversive. They're the real Jew worshippers. They're the real true Israel. 130,000 likes. Okay, what's more likely to psyop? All the most viral shit that's boosted on these controlled big tech platforms? Come on. Come on. Look at Dugan.
Handsome Truth sent $5. Christianity and Judaism are the satanic cult. Change my mind. Their God is a child sacrificer who is obsessed with foreskins.
Yeah, I know. As if Yahweh's always trying to blame Satan or Moloch or Baal worshippers. Like when your God literally demands child sacrifice until he doesn't anymore, then it's animal sacrifice. Christianity is God, Yahweh, sacrificing his son to himself, written as a Yom Kippur scapegoat sacrifice story. And then they drink the blood. They drink the blood of their sacrificed Jewish king that was a child sacrifice. And then they go around making up everybody else doing it. As if that's not bad enough for Yahweh. It's like Yahweh demands like red heifer sacrifice, burning endless animals. All of these, he's all powerful, all knowing, but somehow needs all this blood magic. Great. Look at Dugan. The European modernity has pushed the Jews toward Baal, awakening ancient archetype inside of this very special people. The materialism of atomism and individualism, egoism, were totally rejected by Jewish tradition. The very dark enlightenment corrupted them. So it's just corrupted Baal, not real Judaism. Always doing that one. Let's see. I think we have a few more Dugans. Oh, yeah. Here's Hinkle's communist buddy and George Galloway. Another total Russia shill, George Galloway. Okay, hold on. Here's the other Dugan ones. These are just out today. Look at this shit he's doing. Dude, this guy, his seething hatred for Western civilization is astounding. So he says, if you don't arrest, judge, and execute pedophiles and cannibals, you are a pedophile and cannibal yourself, so you deserve hell. So, and 600 likes. In other words, if you're not online spurging about all the delusional Baal bank accounts and baby meat, beef jerky, and you're a cannibal, you're covering for pedophiles. If you don't go along with every kooky disinformation, satanic panic accusation that these internet grifters come up with, these bad actors, disinformation agents come up with, then you're a pedophile, you're a Jew, you're a cannibal. Check your hard drive. That's what they're all doing. All of these bots, all of these brainless lemmings, all of these bad faith, dishonest influencers. That's the MO. That's what they're doing to Michael Tracy. That's what they're doing to Nick for coming against it. Anybody that doesn't go along with this witch hunt hysteria, satanic scapegoating, controlled op talking point, they accuse you of it. And then Dugan's, by orders of Dugan, every one of you doing this is satanic panic, witch hunt, or like gullible Goyim peasants being whipped up into a mob. Dugan is a subversive who wants to destroy Western civilization according to Jewish prophecies, and he tweets about it every day. Every day he's tweeting about this. He also wants Edom destroyed in Gog and Magog. He's a de facto Kabbalah rabbi. It is time to Russia to play really hard. You'll know soon what I mean. We were too polite too long. We believed Trump and wanted to escape the worst. It seems now that it is impossible. So let the worst arrive. Dude, he wants to nuke the West. Remember we got the video? Where's See Through It All? We got the video on See Through It All of him calling to arm all of their allies and point nukes against the West. No arrest, no credibility to the West in general. It means all of you are complicit, so all of you will burn in hell. Dude. And this guy, his whole timeline is retweeting Alex Jones. What does that tell you? Okay, let's see. Where are we going next? Yeah, this is a good point too. Look at this. Yeah, they just make up a caption, get 170,000 likes. It goes total viral. Nobody even reads it. This is never actually going to win. You're never going to take the hold the pedophile cabal to account in a court of law when your evidence is deliberate misreadings and ignoring of context of emails and wild, baseless speculation on things. Not going to happen. But it's a weird pathology, bizarre pathology, as this guy writes. Bling Sabato. He says, it's compulsive in a sense. The need to manufacture abuse where none exists. Well, I wouldn't say that there was no abuse, but But in regards to their exaggerations, innocent emails get stripped of context and repackaged as a scandal. It feels like misery porn for the masses to get off on. There is something quite sadistic about it. I said the same thing recently, tweeted, they get off on it. They get off on imagining satanic demons, waging war and eating babies because it makes them happy. It makes them think their prophecies are real. And if Satan's real, then Jesus must be real. So they lie. There's no evidence for Jesus, so they make up the lies about everything being satanic to get everybody to worship the Jewish God more. We got the alien psyop to get into today also. Joss
Beto 5 sent $10 on Rumble. I'm convinced Nick Fuentes secretly watches your show.
Yeah, he's undoubtedly seen clips at least, or and through internet diffusion, I think some of my ideas are seeping into his sphere and his mind. I think that's safe to say, or he's just finally coming to see things correctly as I have been for years. Okay, where are we going next? Before we get to the Christian stuff. Oh, dude, I see so much is going on. Oh, dude, yeah, they're Nephilim.
This race of giant people.
Look at Tucker pushing giants now too.
Human world.
Come on, dude. Tucker, we just covered last night. Daily Wire was promoting a Nephilim narrative. Candace Owens is shilling, Book of Enoch's real and fallen angels, and we're dealing with Nephilim cannibal Baal worshippers and all this shit. Tucker's doing the same thing. Everybody thinks Tucker's a Russian agent. He goes and does the softball interview with Putin. He goes and does the propaganda video at the Russian grocery store. He interviews every other one of this Russia network.
The Smithsonian said we did receive.
He brings on this kook. I meant to watch this whole thing. This new age internet charlatan.
The Nephilim, as described in Genesis 6, this race of giant people who are a hybrid between.
Well, if the bad guys are like the fallen angels, then we gotta worship Jesus, dude. Then that means the Jewish king is our solution, bro. I mean, can it really be wrong if Alex Jones and Tucker and Joe Rogan and TikTok is saying it? Could it really be wrong?
The Nephilim, as described in Genesis.
Yeah, dude, Tucker also got attacked by demons in his bed, bro, and he hangs out with Roseanne, and she says they're eating babies, dude. What other proof do you need?
Sources reporting that Tucker Carlson and his team have been detained by Israel after his interview with Huckabee.
I wouldn't doubt it. Detain, what? They stopped them for 15 minutes and checked their passport a little closer, asked them a couple more questions. I would feel like that's standard protocol, to be honest. They all knew it was highly publicized that he was going there he did a sit-down interview with Huckabee in the hotel and then left real quick is what I saw. So can't wait for that to get out. My money's on Huckabee's going to ultimately take the W, but Tucker's going to get some licks in. That's going to be my guess. We'll definitely watch that and see the clips. So yeah, he's interviewing Roseanne, saying they're eating babies. He's in with Jones.
The Nephilim, as described in Genesis 6, this race of giant people who are a hybrid between the spirit world and the human world, and they're the reason that God sent the flood. This is all described in Genesis. They were giants. The claim from some people is that's actually real, and the fossil record proves it's real because giant bones, human bones, have been found through the years, and that some or a lot of them wound up in the Smithsonian where their existence was suppressed.
Yes.
Oh, dude, they're hidden.
Actually documentary evidence that may be true?
Yes, there's documentary evidence that Smithsonian has received bones and large coffins from not that long ago. We're talking maybe the 50s or 60s. And there was one case where the Smithsonian said, we did receive the bones, but we don't know where they are.
Oh, dude, they totally exist and are real, but Smithsonian just hid them all, though, so we don't actually have any. Okay, dude, cool story.
If you received human bones that were larger than any human bones ever described in literature, ever, other than Genesis 6.
Dude, nobody ever found some dinosaur bone or whale bone and called it a giant or anything, Nobody ever made up a story for a headline or to sell some forgery before. That never happens. Couldn't be that. It must be the Bible's real.
Story.
And you see that story repeated over and over again, especially in America, for hundreds of years.
Okay, it's coast to coast. Mainstream conservative punditry has now been QAnon takeover, coast to coast, Alex Jones, total kook movement takeover. Total clown show, Jewish magic circus. Let's see. We got Candace stuff. I don't want to do that. Let's do the alien stuff. Where are we at? 42 minutes? Wow. Time's going slow, actually. What's this one? Arguing about replacement theology.
On President Trump to apologize.
No, I didn't see him on that.
Congressman Massey, in the last week, you would have called on President Trump to apologize to Barack Obama, and you're standing here with Congressman Khanna at a press conference implying that the president is a pedophile protector. Are you hating on Trump to try out for CNN? I didn't crack out.
Blockers are wearing off.
Oh, really?
I was thinking the same thing. I thought he was talking about Laura Loomer had puberty blockers. He's talking to this beta. That's so funny. I was thinking, was everybody thinking the same thing? He said what we were all thinking. That is so funny, dude. He's like, your voice blockers.
To try out for CNN? I didn't crack out.
Blockers are wearing off.
Oh, really?
Oh.
You need to answer my question.
Dead.
Your insults are getting old. Answer my question.
Wilhelm Mate sent $10 on Rumble. Intuitively, I often read more into lines and texts. Sometimes it works with things, but I'm just not sure, so I keep it in gray zone. But Indicas and Jonestown kooks ruin those things for me.
You read into lines of text, but Alex Jones ruins it for you? Yeah. If you want to know what the PSYOP is, it's pretty much what Alex Jones is promoting. Look at the disinfo that Jones runs. That's a good indicator. Okay, we covered that last night. The ball PSYOP. Oh, dude, look at this. This is supposedly not AI. One Chinese ninja robots. Oh my God, we're so cooked. Just wait till Elon has a Starlink flying over every inch of the world, and they're all connected. They're all connected to all these humanoid robots that are all ran from a single AI that have this type of capability, and they can go to recharge themselves to recharging stations everywhere. They're like, you are anti-Semitic. How do we know it's not AI? I don't know. It might be. It looks like it to me. But even if it is fake, the robots are getting this good, right? Regardless if this is AI or not. Goybot. Yeah. Until they brought out the swords. I mean, that's a move. I had little robot toys as a kid. That's a move that they did. It was like a thing that would, a little puppy that would wag its tail and then jump up and down and do a flip. People in robot suits? No, if anything, it's AI. But like I said, regardless if it's AI or not, this is where it's going. Just wait. This is where it's already at. Are you kidding me? Look at how quickly the technology has advanced with like the very first AI videos to the AI videos they're making now. Yeah, Boston Dynamics does this shit. Elon was saying the hardest thing is to do the hand, apparently. Yeah, it's impossible to know anymore. Exactly, Jack Stone. That's the point. Elon says there's going to be more robots than humans in a couple decades, I think it was. See if they could dodge bullets. That's funny, Crystal Knight. Dude, just wait till they have their Terminator setups and they're armed. They're armed with precision AI aiming and shit. Yeah. And you shoot them and they got like indestructible titanium. They're all made out of like cyber cars, cyber bots, like the Cybertruck, steel like the Cybertruck. That's how strong they'll be. Indestructible Terminator robots. All right, we get the point. We get the point. We get the point. Dude, this is... The world around you is all the evidence we need that God is real. Even the trees love Jesus. Dude, 13,000 likes. What is wrong with these people? Hold on, how many does this guy have? 2. The original poster. 32,000 likes, bro. Dude, they go like, what are you, a Reddit-tier atheist? You hate your parents? Like, you don't believe in Jesus? What about this cross, bro? What about the Shroud of Turin, dude? Whoa. It's real, man. $7.7 million views to grift his Jesus merchant shirts. Dude, how are the goyim so stupid? Look, here's the latest lie of the day. You know, if your whole thing is you want to call Jews like liars and propagandists, like maybe you shouldn't just post nothing but lies and propaganda. Just a thought.
Valhalla or Bust sent $5 on Rumble. Happy Odins, Wodens, Day Adam. Here's to the Dunking on the Jews AI video fund.
Yeah, dude, that's right. I forgot about that. We do need to make an AI dunking on Rabbi's video. I'll be right on that, actually. I'll post in Grok the one that I already got. We'll see how that goes. That'll be fun. Okay, so here's the latest lie of the day. So they take a 5-second, obviously out of context clip of him talking about moral arguments, and he says this.
You know, why can't we?
And by the way, I am no fan of Sam Harris. I've never liked Sam Harris. I think he's extremely cringe. I dislike him a lot, actually. But you're not doing yourself any favors making these obviously out of context things to stir up delusions about them eating babies as if that's what our concern is. We really got to do something about all this baby eating. Number one issue.
You know, why can't we eat babies? What's wrong with eating babies? If we've got extra babies around that nobody wants, why can't we eat them, right? You know, why can't we eat babies? What's wrong with eating babies?
It sounds funny as a meme, though. Okay, where are we? Yeah, Jake did it too. Dude, Jake is just like a pumping out full-time disinformation machine at this point. Jake Shields. Full-time, just kosher, controlled ops, slop disinformation. Kosher, satanic, deicide, blood libel, just every one of the talking points is just guaranteed to lose, and we'll see. And him and the crew and the whole, all the usual suspects are doing the subtle and not so subtle incitement. And it's only a matter of time before some big attack happens and they drop the hammer and they point the finger to all you idiots. It's not going to be good. I'm going to say I told you so. All right, now here's Rogan. Rogan, who's interviewing all of the most kooky dudes and all the Christian apologists who now believes in Jesus and is shilling Jesus all the time. Joe Rogan, #1 podcast in the world, now shilling Jesus. Totally not a psyop.
They're eating babies, man. Like that's
Do you think so that you think is real?
Man.
So,
well, yeah. Not only that, I think that there's sacrifices going on every day in Los Angeles. I mean, allegedly, like high level musicians, let's say, high level female musician is like killing chickens every day, doing sacrifices.
Oh, dude, I saw it on fucking Instagram, bro. They're burning. They're slaughtering chickens.
Like,
hold on. Why not just talk about the Orthodox Jews that swing chickens? They actually do scapegoat their sins onto a chicken. They don't have the temple, so they can't do the Yom Kippur with the goats. It's the same idea as Jesus being the atonement sacrifice, the Yom Kippur atonement scapegoat sacrifice. Same thing.
High level.
Well, I don't want to say. I don't want to say names because I don't want to.
Oh, I don't have any proof, and I don't want to say any names, but like I heard it, I saw it on the internet, heard it on a podcast. That's the rumor. That's what conspirators are saying.
And I don't want to be dead either.
What does it rhyme like?
Here's the purchase order. I started looking at the comments for some stuff. Not that
they're eating babies, man. Like that's.
Do you think so that you think is real? So
well, yeah. Not only that, I think that there's.
Source.
Catalog of things that you like to dive in. When you look at your total conspiracy catalog of things that you like to dive into, outside of aliens, because everybody knows that, what are your other ones that you like?
Well, aliens is the most fun one.
Yeah.
This is the one that I hate the most.
Yeah.
Because this one scares the shit out of me. Because the fear of, we talked about this yesterday with Roger Avery, the fear of these literally demonic human beings that are running the world.
That's funny, see through it all. Oh, demonic human beings, dude. They're all the demons run the world. Everyone has this same narrative, dude. Satan is fake. Witches are fake. There's no such thing as demons. Come on. Why are we all in this Jewish cosmological framework here?
Literally demonic human beings that are running the world and don't give a fuck about human lives and enjoy watching people being tortured, enjoy watching people killed, participating in ritual sacrifice of people, and they do it in order to show that you're a part of a team. And we know that has always historically been a real thing, and it's been something that you look at in history. You go, God, it's so sick. It's
in ancient times with superstitious people, including Yahweh, is just like another one of these. Sacrificial, a god that desires sacrifices.
It's so disgusting. And
yeah, good point, Seathrow. Does everyone realize your hamburgers and fried chicken were in a way animal sacrifices? What's with the constant fear mongering? Yeah, sort of true.
Everybody wants to thank God that's not happening now. But then when you realize that might have been happening now.
When you look at your total conspiracy catalog of things.
Yeah, dude, maybe there is just baby-eating cults that run the world. Maybe if that's the case, then the Bible's real, man. Totally, dude. Volca Spirit says, if Joe Rogan invited me on his show and wanted to smoke a spliff with you while talking about Jesus, would you do it? Of course.
Well, send $15.
Of course.
Could you repost the initial video? I can't find it. B. This Rome was sacked just 30 years after official adoption of Christianity.
Repost the official video. You mean the one I started the show with? Yeah. The John Garadas clip. I'll do that. Yeah, but yeah, no, Volca Spirit. Rogan doesn't have on people critical of the whole Judeo paradigm. No, he's promoting Jesus now. He's promoting Jesus and Alex Jones tier kosher conspiracies, just like he shilled for Trump.
Did you see the thing in the Epstein files?
Oh yeah, like those Epstein files. In fact, I can't believe that. Like everybody just kind of like, oh, okay, and they're moving on with their lives. Did you see that guy at the Atlanta airport flipping out, the well-dressed black dude who just freaks out in the Atlanta? Just like a couple.
Dude, did you see the guy cracked out on meth at the fucking bus station, bro? Did you see the dude? Did you see the crackhead on the street yelling out at the cars driving by?
Days ago. I saw it on YouTube, and I saw it on Twitter or X, and this guy's just freaking out in the Atlanta airport. He's like, "Yeah, I read the Epstein files. Like all of you, you're going about your lives like nothing's happening. Look at you're all zombies." And he's right. It's like Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Everybody is just numb to everything. Like,
dude, you guys are the body snatchers. You guys are running around on a demon witch hunt. fantasizing about all these secret satanic networks and child sacrifices just so you can get off on thinking that the Bible's real and that Jesus is going to come and save you. He's right? What do you mean he's right, Amalek?
Like all of you, you're going about your lives like nothing's happening. Look at, you're all zombies. And he's right. It's like Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Everybody is just numb to everything. Like, dudes, we had a global pandemic, aliens, all these like.
Hold on, I'm sorry. We have aliens? Aliens are what? Official now? Why aren't you all freaking out about the aliens? What are you doing going about your life without the aliens? Tucker Carlson talked about it. I saw it. The aliens. What are you doing, normie? Sheeples, the aliens. The baby eaters, the ball worshippers. I just want to run around like, you worship a Jew. Aliens are official? Well, we'll get into that. We'll segue to the aliens topic. I know that's the big story today. The alien psyop. Oh, I'm sorry, the interdimensional fallen angel Nephilim psyop that I'm sure it's going to be related to.
All these like revelations. People are, eating babies.
Dude, beef jerky. I saw the proof. Beef jerky's totally babies, dude. How could you go on your life while they're eating beef, while Epstein was eating beef jerky, dude?
Here's the guy.
Files have been released, and all of y'all are acting normal. All of y'all.
And there's a long version of that where he's
impressed.
Like, you're all
impressive.
Like nothing's happening. Like, what the?
It reminds me of the TikTok kooks that go into public places and scream like, the rapture's coming. You better repent and bow down to your king, your Jewish king, because the end is near. It's that energy.
Fuck, you're all just pretending you're just drones going on in your normal lives.
People are waiting for a condensed version that lays out all the facts. It's the people that are like really interested in reading all the emails.
I think the Luciferians cast a spell on the world.
Oh, dude, I think the Luciferians, just anybody that doesn't see the Luciferians, they're under the Luciferian spell, bro. No, Jesus and the Jews and the Bible, that and the prophecies, that's not a spell. No, dude, the Luciferians put the spell to hide God from you. The Luciferians put a spell on the world that makes you think that you're on a globe when it's really flat in the realm created by Yah, by Hashem, in the firmament and the waters above. This guy's, I've been waiting all week to watch this guy. That's how backed up I am. He's even kook. Oh, he's a flat earther too. I forgot. But hey, dude, bring him on. I think he's a script writer for Hollywood. Hey, dude, the flat Earth kook that believes every kooky thing he sees online. Bring him on, dude. Let's talk. I'm just a comedian, man.
People are waiting for a condensed version that lays out all the facts. It's the people that are like really interested in reading all the emails.
Luciferians
cast a spell on the world. And,
for real?
Oh, absolutely. It's just like how vampires can't go into a house unless they're invited. They tell you, what's going on ahead of time.
Oh, dude, the elite Satanists are telling you that they're eating babies, dude. They knew if they put out the jerky files, you goyim would figure it out. Oh, dude, it's revelation of the method. They knew you'd decipher the jerky code and learn about the baby-eating jerky cover-up ring.
It's predictive programming. And once you say it out loud and you put it out there and make fun of it and do a little skit like Stephen Colbert did a little skit on his show where, oh, here's a baby. I'm going to take this baby and I'm going to give it to Moloch. And he goes into like a cloudy red, furnace and hands the baby over. And he's, oh, the baby's going to be fine. And they make a joke about it and the audience laughs. Okay, we're all now conditioned to it.
Oh, my God, you fucking idiot. So you guys cook up all these delusional accusations and theories. They mock you and troll you, and then you cite that as proof. This is Christ brain. Herein lies the problem. I want to see this. Moloch worship. Baby sacrifice? Oh, dude, that's revelation of the method when they mock us.
Seen it, and by laughing at it,
But
and
wait a minute.
we were complicit. Yeah.
You think that that's on purpose? That this is like some sort of a grand design to get us to be desensitized?
He's
to the
like,
idea
oh,
of
you're
demons
retarded?
eating babies?
Yeah, for sure.
Really?
For sure. And
who do you
by the
think-
way,
but it's okay.
nobody's doing anything about it. We know
Okay.
what's happening.
But that has to take like
We know. Now we know. Dude, Stephen Colbert mocked internet conspiracy, so we know it's true. That's really what he just said.
person or some group of people.
Yeah, like
that
about
is
8,500 people. Yeah.
that are manipulating the Colbert Show.
Highly specific.
Everything. It's all an illusion. Like reality as we know it is fake. That's the revelation that guy is having. And he's looking around and he's like, it's like Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Everything is fake, dude. I feel like I'm in the Jewish Twilight Zone where this is the #1 podcast in the world interviewing this kook. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
Doesn't anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
I feel like it is Invasion of the Body Snatchers and that this Jewish prophecy mind poison has infected all of the world. That's the Body Snatcher conspiracy. Hold on, let's see this comedy skit where he portrays.
I must appease him with the gift of a man-child. Come to me. I must be you. I must appease him with the gift of a man-child. Come to me. I must be you. I must feed you to the northwest. Don't take him. Don't take the baby. Take the baby. Don't eat me.
Wow, they're only doing this because it's really real. They're revealing it to you. No, you're just the laughing stock. You're just the clown show. You're the butt of the joke.
I'm sure the baby
You take the L's and represent the minority villain. That's actually what's going on. And I'm just calling balls and strikes. Reading the wind. The tea leaves.
Sir, see, I don't. The thing about the emails is one of the things is it's just stuff written down. And so that's sort of hard to digest. Like, what is this? Like, what are they saying? Like, some of it is in code, like walking over beef jerky, like talking about jerky. Could you walk beef jerky over to this person? Like, what does that mean?
For all this pizza they're talking.
What is that? Are you? Oh my God. Oh, cortisol's through the roof. What does that mean to walk something over to you? It means your assistant picks something up and holds it in their hand and then puts one foot in the other and walks it over to you. That's what walk over beef jerky means. Hey, assistant, I'm about to go on a 2-week trip on my private jet. Where's all my favorite beef jerky? I need a lot of protein. Oh, right away, sir. I'll walk that right over to you. That's what it means, Rogan. Why were they all doing this? This was the viral Asmongold clip, did the same thing that RT and all the usual suspects were boosting. Dude, this is the best they have? Wait a second. Who walks over a bag of jerky? That sounds like it could be code for baby meat. Who walks over baby meat then? Do babies walk? Does baby meat walk? Well, why is it sus that walking over beef jerky is sus, but walking over baby meat? I mean, what are we doing here? What do you mean by walk? What do you mean by you? Yeah, he's Jordan Peterson in this shit. This is the best they got, that it's supposedly baby meat? Yeah, meanwhile, he's hanging with Peter Thiel. He's hanging with Elon Musk. They're all in the files. He's shilled for Trump. That's the fucking network. Come on. Who's the psyop? Joe Rogan, Alex Jones, Tucker, or moi? Tell me that. All the lying schizo spurgs everywhere constantly slandering me and calling me Jewish and throwing all these accusations at me, claiming I'm botted and we're the psyop. Give me a break.
One of the things is it's just stuff written down. And so that's sort of hard to digest. Like, what is this? Like, what are they saying? Like, some of it is in code, like
body snatchers.
the thing about the emails is one of the things is it's just stuff written down. And so that's sort of hard to digest. Like, what
profound?
What are they saying? Like, some of it is in code, like walking over beef jerky, like talking about jerky. Could you walk beef jerky over to this person? Like, what does that mean?
For all this pizza they're talking about, no, you never see any.
What does walking mean, guys? Nobody's ever walked something over to somebody before. Sounds pretty sus, dude. I think they might be sacrificing babies. This is what they're all doing right now. This is the root of the psyop. Control my adrenochrome. That Alex Jones and Joe Rogan and Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens are all pushing.
Pizza.
Right. Yeah. They're ordering pizza.
I'm gonna get some grape soda. It's like with my cheese pizza.
Yeah.
Didn't that file also have a picture of the dude at the pizza place with his slice of pizza and his grape soda? 3 million emails. One of them is two guys talking about getting lunch. Maybe they get lunch there regularly. Maybe they're buddies. They go to the pizza place, and the dude always gets a grape soda. Like, why are we never thinking like, oh, what's the most likely explanation? Oh, they immediately ignore all context and jump to the most craziest conclusion that just coincidentally confirms all of their speculations that Jesus is waging a war on the demons and we all got to worship Jesus harder to defeat the demons. Yeah, you got to keep your eye on the Baal. Valhalla or bust. I like that.
And like, there's all this coded language, and everyone's like, oh, that's you just have pareola. You're just seeing things where you want to see them.
No, there's clearly a code.
Yeah, dude, it's clear that all the emails about jerky are the perfect context of jerky. Where's your proof it's code? It was walked over. That makes it code. Notice how they're just like stating as fact. Well, we know it's all code, so that means it's
code. Well, that was the thing about Pizzagate.
It's absolutely a code, and in fact,
everybody loves pizza and soda, dude. Give me a break. Pizza's the most popular food on earth. You don't think billionaires eat the best pizza out there? You don't think that the best pizza shops in New York, that Epstein was having parties and would order a ton of pizza? Give me a break. You don't think that these millionaire mansions have their own chefs, private chefs with pizza ovens that are having big pizza parties of craft pizza? Of course they were. Come on.
Mundus vult decipi, ergo decipiatur. It's a long-known concept. And so in Latin, mundus vult decipi means the world wants to be deceived.
Yeah, fascist New World, they're emailing on all types of stuff. They were using their email like text message. Look at this Detroit Flames, never been here. All you guys ever do is fucking like says, is Adam gone Jew? Adam doesn't believe these Joe Rogan and Alex Jones? Is he with the Jews now? Adam isn't going along with the Russia Dugan big gatekeeper shill psyop that they're eating babies? Beef jerky is not babies?
Ergo decipiatur. Therefore, it is. We want to be deceived.
No, shut up, dude. God, you guys are so bad faith. Bifurcatio says, so they're all Boy Scouts? Did I fucking say that? Did I say they're Boy Scouts? No. God, you could not be any more bad faith. You're so dishonest. What kind of coping mechanism is that for you? They're just busting my balls? Valhalla or bust is cracking me up.
We don't want to believe the horror.
Yeah, dude. I'm sure that like they're doing all of their human baby eating network and emails to begin with, dude. Dude, they thought they could release all of these files, and the Goyim were too dumb to decipher the secret jerky code, but I guess they were wrong. They miscalculated how gullible the Goyim were. In reality, they probably didn't have the slightest clue that that the number one issue would be the beef jerky. I bet you none of the FBI, CIA, Mossad, whoever was in charge of the files that released them, you think that they were like, uh-oh, they're going to find the jerky. They're like, are they going to figure out that this jerky is really baby meat? It probably didn't even cross their mind that the Goyim would be so dumb, unless the whole thing was a pre-planned psyop, which I guess is possible, but unlikely. It's like, are the Goyim going to figure it out? If we release these, they're going to know about the baby code, and our whole satanic cabal is going to be brought down by Putin.
That are actually behind the veil.
Well, I think with the Epstein files, people are, because of these emails that have been released, people are just now starting to be aware of the bizarreness of the code and some of the things, like the facts. Like, let's just talk about the sulfuric acid. So this was like right after he was indicted in 2018.
Yeah, I got to get rid of some bodies.
Yeah.
How much did dissolve up some bodies?
I think they debunk it.
He ordered.
I'm pretty sure Jamie. I think I heard Jamie comes in and debunks this right now and says, "Well, actually, sorry guys, but the PO is from a water desalination company that does water treatment for islands, and it has the pH meters and the tubes and everything they need for the water systems." Adam is sponsored by Big Jerky. I want to start a jerky business now. I want to ship jerky. Epstein's, Noah Hyde, Red Heifer, 100% kosher jerky.
Like, let's
yeah, desalination and reverse osmosis.
Maybe we can get.
Yeah, dude, like the stupid FBI indicted him, but then they let him order a bunch of. Then he thought they would never see that he ordered these tubs to burn to dissolve all the babies. Come on. Like the FBI is going to indict him and then be like, oh, what's that order of all those tubs of acid? Oh, nothing to see here. Come on, dude. Please debunk it, Joe. Jamie, please. For the love of God, for the love of Hashem, please.
Our sponsor, Perplexity, to process this and give us a synopsis of what exactly happened, some sort of a breakdown. Because one of the things they're saying is like he was indicted, and then right after he's indicted, he orders how many gallons?
Yeah, so they indicted him. They didn't just raid him and go figure out everything. No, they indicted him. They tipped him off so that he could dispose of all the bodies with his mass order of acid tubs. Come on, dude. Every bit of this is just so completely retarded. What is wrong with these people?
6 55-gallon containers full of sulfuric acid.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. What?
They're eating babies, man. Like that's
so that.
Oh, that's your proof, huh? Reverse osmosis desalination equipment and supplies. Come on, dude. They're eating babies, man. See?
You think is real. So
well, yeah. Not only that, I think that
Roseanne said it.
Sacrifices going on every day in Los Angeles. I mean,
allegedly.
High level musicians, let's say, high level female musician, is like, killing chickens every day, doing sacrifices. Like,
high level.
Hold on, dude. So you're telling me some actress has a farm and raises chickens and sometimes slits their throat and eats them? Is that what you mean by somebody's doing a sacrifice? I love how he's just like making this huge grand accusation and then won't even name any names. Also,
well, I don't want to say I don't want to say names because I don't want to get sued, and I don't want to be dead either.
Well, I guess you're lying then. You have no confidence in what you're saying, and you're withholding. You're now complicit in the baby sacrifice, eating babies cover-up ring. By the way, bro, if you're just gonna make this claim, dude, who is this guy, dude?
It is flat, and there is
flat earther.
The biggest conspiracy theory that freaks everybody out is flat Earth. Now, I don't know what the Earth is, but experientially, through the testimony of the eyes, it is flat. And there is very little chance that I will ever in my life, or most of us will ever in our life experience anything other than what is effectively a flat Earth. And the way
are you ever going to see the edge?
Bodies of water or navigation maps for air travel, for pilots is always the presumption of a flat Earth. It's always in the.
I've seen that debunked. When big tech was doing.
How so?
Dude,
well, if you're.
That's a lie. That's for like short flight meters something. Big tech exposes. It's bullshit. I remember hearing complete bullshit. Everything they say is just, it takes like 30 seconds to figure out that it's. How many times do people have to be wrong before people stop paying attention to them and taking them seriously? That's what I want to know.
Flying a jet at low altitude, you're not making corrections for curvature, even though you're going fast enough where you should be. And so what's actually happening?
Another retarded argument.
And so the idea is, look, I don't know what the world is or what the realm that we're in is.
Oh my God.
But experientially, from my perspective in life, it is nothing but it's a flat Earth.
But what
about yeah, and we know why, because we're so small and the Earth is so big that from our perspective and our vision, you can't detect any curve. That doesn't mean that it's flat. This is like the dumbest fucking. I hope Rogan rips him a new one right now. This is so fucking retarded.
Travel routes. Like, what about when they fly over Antarctica? What if they?
They don't fly over.
But you can
Antarctica.
watch the sun rise and fall.
They don't
fly.
even fly from Cape down to Buenos Aires.
He's going to say even the Bible says
of the equinoxes.
They travel up into.
Yeah, they want you to believe the Earth is a Baal. Satanic much? Yeah, they want you to believe in a Baal Earth, worshiping the Baal. Uh-oh. They're going to steal that. Is that already a thing? The Baal Earth? Another satanic hoax, the Baal Earth. We need to make like a fake TikTok video. That'll probably do serious numbers. The Baal Earth conspiracy.
Into the other hemisphere and like land in London or something, and then travel back down whenever you're doing a flight across the Atlantic. And so, like when you look at it on a flat Earth map, and there are plenty
there's
of them.
Satellite photographs.
I'll be like, you guys aren't ready for this one. The Baal Earth conspiracy. Demo says it? Really? Oh, dude, that's funny. That's a good one.
Earth from space.
Are you sure? Or are you just joking, making it up? Or did I just come up with that? I don't think I've heard it.
Cartoons.
What are you talking about?
I'm saying that even the NASA, the guys who actually do those composites, those are composites.
The Nazi occult Project Paperclip, NASA to deceive those Nazi Babylonian occultist Satanist deceivers, Nazis.
Listen, I am not saying that
Elon shilling Jesus now too.
It's possibly flat.
I'm saying
it's already been done 10 years ago. Okay, they're on it. They're on it.
Right,
from
but
your
that's a scale.
from your daily.
That's a scale issue, though.
Correct.
We're a tiny little thing on an enormous thing.
Correct. Oh, thank you,
Joe. But snipers have to calculate for the curvature of the Earth.
Owen Benjamin was seething about this.
They shoot.
Only the curvature of the landscape that they're
right.
on.
Why do you think the landscape curves?
The landscape doesn't curve. It is a mountainous and uneven.
Not always.
Uneven,
no. On flat plains, you have to do the same thing. If you're making a long shot over a flat area, like if you had to shoot.
Well, then why don't pilots make adjustments?
I'm not a pilot. I don't know, but I do.
Dude, they don't have to. If you, oh my God, you're naturally the nose is always going down a little bit. And if you let off the gas a little bit, you go down. If you hit the gas, you stay at the same pace or go up. You don't have to factor in tipping down, dude. This is every dumbest argument ever. Why is this guy on Rogan? Why are you poisoning and making everybody dumber with this?
You know that when you look
navigation
at
maps always
the film
say,
from the space station,
presume a flat Earth.
When you look at the film from the space,
we showed Owen Benjamin. Owen's like, there's no proof that snipers ever adjust for the curve of the Earth or the movement of the Earth. And then we found a bunch of videos of snipers like 10 years ago on YouTube showing how they do it, talking about how they do it, selling the equipment that does it, and then he still dismisses it.
Station, you see an Earth that's not just round but spinning.
Why don't they factor in that they should be going down to curve around the Earth? They only have to hit the gas so hard to go maintain their elevation. They don't, they will go down.
The the space station, the International Space Station, is actually not high enough to see curvature. And what you're seeing is the lens distortion.
I'm pretty sure that's wrong too.
To see curvature when you look out into the horizon?
It's actually even like it's very, very close to the.
Let's look at footage from the space station of Earth. So when you
own him, fact check it.
Taken of the Earth, you think they're lying? You think there's this grand conspiracy?
Yeah, dude, it's all a big satanic lie, dude. They put a Luciferian spell on everybody, bro.
These
I'm
pictures
just
together and turn it into a circle instead
all
of
I'm
have it
saying
flat?
is that's the fundamental conspiracy theory that unravels everyone.
Because it's stupid.
Because everything that we see in the cosmos that's a planetary body is round, including stars.
Get them.
It's all round, except for small moons. Everything is round, and that's because
I'm not even certain
that space exists.
Space is fake, actually. Well, actually, the firmament just has luminaries, and if you look at a shitty telescope, it looks like a glowing orb of light. So those are actually angels and demons, bro. Not even real planets. That's a hoax too. Your backyard hobby telescope you bought at Costco. No, you can't see the moon. The moon's not even a real solid surface. That's actually just a hologram. Yahweh's just got it on a big arm lever up there, moving around like in a studio, trying to because the Satanists don't want you to know God is real, covering it up.
that the moon is anything more than a plasma.
Plasma.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
That it's a plasma effect, a lenticular effect of something.
Like a ghost.
So it's not a real thing, but it affects the tides.
Dude, this brain rot. How many boomers, how many dumb, gullible boomers like this have just had their minds poisoned by these internet grifters pushing these cons, these charlatans pushing these delusions? Does China have this? Does China TikTok? Is it boosting flat Earth and every kosher conspiracy under the sun, and evolution denial and every science denial under the sun? I doubt it. That's just us. We're just being subverted. It's just idiocracy. We are idiocracy.
We have landed, at the very least, we've landed probes on.
We don't know that
Other
it affects the
countries
tides. People theorize.
So this is
well, what does the tides then? Explain the tides on your flat Earth. Big blobs of ocean can just shift around your flat realm. Come on, dude. That's why they are able to measure exactly the high tides and low tides and king tides and super tides and all that shit.
Space station. This is live footage from the space station.
And I'm saying that that's lens. And I'm saying
clearly-
that's lens curvature, and that what you're actually seeing.
Why do you think that's lens
and
curvature?
that what you're seeing is horizon.
So what you're talking about is like
I'm saying
a
if I'm
fisheye
trying
lens.
to provoke you, that's what I'm saying.
Right. But let's not do that right now, because I don't want you to be completely fucking insane. Because this
Thank
is a
you.
round body, just like the moon, just like Mars, just like Jupiter, just like Uranus.
That
all the
appears
ones that
appears to be but in your practical life experience, you have to accept a certain amount of faith.
But
is what
this-
I'm getting at
okay.
any moment.
But they
No.
understand the procession. Of
No, I don't need any faith to see eclipses where you could see the curve of the Earth, the shadow on the moon. I don't need faith to see that. I don't need to be faith to see that the seasons and the tides and the sunset and the sunrise and calling the other side of the Earth and it being dark night out when it's daytime here. Like, dude, these guys couldn't get any dumber. Why? You know this guy's a Christian too. I'm sure he is.
Have to
equinoxes.
believe.
Okay, do you know that the precession of the equinoxes is how they measure the sky over a period of 26,000 years?
I see right there a little stitching, like right there.
So this would just keep going straight forever.
Do you see that line?
Yeah,
Do you
that
see that
line.
line right there? What is that?
What is that line?
Yeah, what is that line? Well, that looks like stitching to me. It looks like they've stitched together and it crosses over there through that mountain range right there.
That is weird, whatever that is. But,
so for your very example, I'm just saying that you have to have a certain amount of faith in that. And on the surface, mundus vult decepi.
Okay. You're freaking me out. Go back, Jamie. So what is the explanation? Go back a little bit.
Yeah, what is the explanation of that line right there?
Right, but how weird is that? That is weird that there's this line.
Right,
that's
because
very
that
clear.
in itself is a composite image, a cartoon that has been put together for you to look at this apparent line.
So every space launch that Elon does, where he goes up and you can see the live feed, and it's clearly a curve. Every video ever of this, everyone's a stitch. Nobody just used a regular camera. Come on, dude.
Live imagery.
So, and is this multiple images that are supposedly pieced together? Is that what they're?
I'm saying that things fall into, like, the way perspective works is that things appear to fall into the horizon. But now you use what is that camera? Is it a P200 camera where you can actually zoom in and lift things out of the horizon that have appeared to fall into the horizon?
This live video feed from the International Space Station has
been interrupted because you're watching too much.
Due to either a change in the onboard camera configuration or a loss of signal with the communications network. The video will return when the connection is reestablished. So this is during the live feed?
This isn't from NASA's YouTube channel. It's just down right now.
It's just down right now. Okay, so...
Okay.
Trying to construct what reality is, or that they should be able to go to jail, and that a sex offender
fucking
who has
insane.
been,
Not just that, but rapists.
Yeah, who
like people
is
have
then put
raped
in jail
children,
with women, and it's
then
like,
they have to pay for their electrolysis and breast augmentation, which is okay. At what point in time do you say that this is some sort of a bizarre agenda that you're trying to get us to accept something that doesn't make any fucking sense? So much so that you're willing to house male prisoners in with females because they say they're a male with an intact penis, and then even if they get like female prisoners pregnant or rape them.
We're all just trying to construct what reality is, and it tends to be a consensus of what it is. But, there are fringes that on the ends that don't believe with what the consensus
I
says.
understand,
Are they wrong?
But do you know how many people would have to be involved to promulgate this idea that there's a flat Earth and you got to cover up that thing and pretend it's round? And what's the motivation of covering up the fact that the Earth is flat?
If we're really fundamentally getting down to it, it's about God. And it's about what is this realm that we're in, and are we part of creation? And
is Genesis real and the Bible real?
Every culture throughout recorded history draws us in this kind of flat earthish environment.
They never knew. All the ancient cultures that couldn't get up high enough to see that we were on a curve, that hadn't figured out. 500 BC, the Greeks had figured out already that we're on a globe. Every culture throughout history. No. Until the Greeks figured it out.
With a dome, a firmament that covers it up until the 1930s.
Firmament.
Right, when they start making telescopes.
Right.
Well, and
right. I mean, so this is a grand conspiracy. Like Galileo was wrong, Copernicus was wrong. All these people.
All
didn't
of
know.
recorded history is wrong. And I mean, the other option is
all of recorded everything in history is wrong, but the Bible and the Nephilim and the firmament and Genesis. Come on.
Specks of nothing floating around in an endless, vast nothing that goes on forever, and that you are completely.
Yeah, dude, that's the line they always do. They just need to have their daddy. Look at this. Here's the latest from See Through It All from Kremlin Wars. Let's see it.
Cells are better, killing the. You can't deny what's even been released: the cannibalism, the devil worship, the secret societies, the advanced technology, the advanced physics, the human cloning.
People are asking why that I'm like trying to debunk this kosher disinfo about beef jerky and cannibalism, because all of the big shills in mainstream alternative media are all talking about it nonstop. That's why.
The sperm farms, the men getting women pregnant with their own child so that stem cells are better, killing the baby before it's born so it has no rights. All of this, the human surrogacy movement, some Chinese men with hundreds of children. I mean, this is us becoming a commodity right now. Then you have articles, the Bachelor billionaire, Les Wexner, now in the files as a co-conspirator going back over a decade, which we knew he was running it, and tied into George Herbert Walker Bush and all the rest of it in the CIA. saying in this article, the bachelor billionaire is an overhead shot, that he becomes possessed daily by a Jewish demon.
We covered this last night, the context.
D-U-B-B-U-K, and then D-Book, and then he doesn't remember anything, a psychotic break. He's very serious about this. Then there are emails, I'm Baal, which is an even higher level, like number 2 to Satan, like Satan's archangel. And then you got him saying, I'm possessed by this demon.
I'm Baal? What is he talking about? There's no fucking email that says I'm Baal. Jerky lie, Baal lie. Every day. Every segment, every interview, Jones is pushing this. This is a psyop. This is a Duganist, Russian, Jewish psyop.
And then you've got all the spirit cooking and blood drinking and killing kids and outright the sex slaves being delivered to the Hyatt. She ran her operation, but not properly. I beat her severely. I tortured her well. Oh, great.
Who's she?
Woody Allen, Robert, just, all of
the suspicious one I saw about Woody Allen was that Epstein sent him a bunch of ice cream. He sent him 20 pints of ice cream. I think that's what it was.
These people, all these Hollywood people, it's all coming out. There's no way they get out of this now.
It's all coming out. All the babies coming out. But Jerkygate's going to bring down all of Western civilization. Dugan and Putin and the Jewish rabbis predicted it.
Daniel, what would you call this moment we're in right now?
What's interesting to me when we get into it is there's 2 aspects when you deal with Epstein you have to deal with up front, which aren't covered very much. And that has to do with the cult of Belial. That's one piece, his obsession with Atlantis, with Ghislaine Maxwell, going into the hot zone in the Bahamas, between the Bahamas and Cuba, and searching for Belial Atlantis ruins, and how the ranch out there in New Mexico.
Is that in the email? I didn't see anything about Atlantis in the emails.
Is dedicated to Atlantis. There's a reason for this that goes
That's
deep.
right. In fact, she had the UN appoint her as the head of the UNC treaty. And she was the founder of the Clinton Foundation.
So now this is, oh my God, it's even deeper than we thought. This is an Atlantean conspiracy. Whoa. That just escalated, guys. It's not just Khazarian, reptilian, Babylonian, Baal worshiper, Moloch worshipers, reptilians, shapeshifters, Nephilim, fallen angels. Atlantis is in on it too. Wow.
Boy,
even deeper than we thought.
That escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
It jumped up a notch.
It did, didn't it?
So much deeper than we knew. Dark journalist constantly lies. His whole grift is like, oh, secret space program, aliens this, aliens that. That's pretty sure what he covers.
Yes, and Terramar is her group. That was the nonprofit organization, and she claimed when she was arrested that she was actually a citizen of Terramar.
Yeah, she said, I'm diplomatic immunity, she said.
Yes, exactly. And what's interesting, when she was grabbed, this isn't brought out very much either, but when she was grabbed in Bradford, New Hampshire, she was using the pseudonym Janet Atlantis. This is very telling. The whole group works with this theme very, very deeply. And what they're looking for is the conjuring of this Belial aspect, which is an advanced culture back in Atlantis, and bringing that alive in the 21st century as we go to meet ourselves.
Infotainment wars,
Belial,
disinfo wars.
Was a top demon in the Bible.
Yes, exactly. Belial is one of the names for Baal, in fact. And it's interesting with Belial because there's a story back there that goes into the mystery text that has all to do with Amelia's group versus the Belial group, and the Amelia's group eventually being the kind of light School of the Prophets type Christ group, and then Belial being the
names
evil
his main
group.
bank account Belial or Baal.
Yes.
Names his main bank account Belial, dude. Hey, Rob Dew, Harrison, Owen, anybody. How are you letting him say this lie? This is such a blatant, egregious lie. His main bank account was named Baal. This is just today. He's still doing it. Come on, dude. Come on.
Exactly. And that's interesting. The hints are there with him in Atlantis. And this is what gets me. When you're looking at what he's doing, he's trying to recreate it.
Is that even true?
You get the whole eugenics obsession. This is a key part that's missing because he spent a lot of time down there. And now I've revealed the
And we
email
first learned
that's
about Atlantis
directly
from an acolyte of the idea of Atlantis. We know is an Atlantean priest now, and that's Plato.
Yes. Exactly. And it's a very straight ahead now.
Atlantean priest?
Which is there is a culture that was back there that was more advanced than we are, and we're catching back up to it. There's a memory of it in the culture. And so they had advanced weaponry, and they basically destroyed themselves. But the idea is they were using kind of a spiritual psychic warfare when they were dealing with this. So when we're looking at it, what we're getting to is this is the belief system that goes into it. It's a tradition carried on through the mystery schools. And you get that through
and notice
Plato,
Alexander Dugin, who advises Putin, says we're fighting the Atlanteans.
Oh my God! Game, set, match. Whoa. All right. Hello. Hello. Oh, Dugin said. You're totally right. Dugin said this.
No doubt about it. Well, they believe it. There's no question about it. Actually, many of them think they're reincarnated Atlanteans, and that's where a lot of this story goes. Epstein is trying, when he's doing these types of eugenics experiments, to recreate the conditions of Atlantis. So,
but how crazy is that? This is not 20 years, but I've talked to Dugin. The Russians literally believe they're battling, quote, the Atlantean cult. That's what they call it.
Yeah.
Is that even true?
The Belial cults and what's going on with the idea when they go down there.
Dude, they're taking out the Nordic overlord Hyperborean Atlanteans, dude. Someone call Robert Zepper. Wow, dude. We got to destroy Edom. I mean Atlantis in Babylon. Dude, yeah, we're fighting Jewish mobsters in Judaism and Judeo-Christianity. No, it's actually Putin saving us from the Atlanteans and the Khazarians and the demons and the Satanists and the witches. All right, is it not a fucking odd? Clip this. It's game over. Case closed. Nail in the coffin. Jones is a fucking Dugin Kremlin mouthpiece. Dugin is a Kabbalah lover that wants to see Edom and the West destroyed according to Jewish prophecy. Dugin talks about Atlanticists, not Atlanteans. Same thing. You're right, though. I bet you. Does Dugin even talk about Atlantis, or is he just Jones is mixing it up? That would be hilarious.
The west tip of Cuba, they find that there are not just pyramids and things, but a vast metropolis.
Oh my God. Oh my God. That's so good.
You can't deny what's even been released.
Jones, Schilling, Dugin, kosher, Dugin, disinfo again. What should I say? Pay attention. The NATO Nazi. Putin's he's not just taking out the demons. He's going after the Khazarian Nazi reptilian ball worshippers.
The cannibalism, the devil worship, the secret societies, the advanced technology.
Amazing.
Understanding, but it's completely changed most people's narrative of what happened. Like, we had this sort of vague...
The Atlantean Nazis, ladies and gentlemen.
When you see in the email, like, clear evidence that they're talking about children.
In pretty obscene ways.
Horrifying ways. So that was the thing.
Which one?
Like, even when I talked to Mike Benz about that, he was incredulous about that. It's like, I don't think they would use children. It just doesn't make any sense if it got caught, but it just seems like...
Yeah, if Mike Benz was incredulous,
I know.
That's pretty big.
I just don't think we really knew until we saw those...
I need to watch that. Mike Benz and Rogan, I wonder what he told him.
Files come out.
Yeah.
And then you go, oh, well, there's no denying it now. My position on it is completely shifted. I thought there's probably some really sick people that have an appetite for that, but I hadn't seen any real evidence for it until
he's going to do the real big brain thing and go, well, if the demons and Satanists are real, then Jesus must be real. Watch, he's going to do it too. They all do it. All the intellectual dark web does
files, and now they're like, oh, this is demonic. This is clearly demonic.
Okay, so thank you for saying that.
Thank you.
I'm somebody who was raised a Christian and went to Bible school.
Is this the wellness center doctor? Right? Is that who he is? The guy affiliated with wellness, the wellness company?
And that kind of stuff as a kid. And youth groups. And then growing up in Central Coast of California, let's say, veered in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
But the experiences that we've encountered over the...
Dude, I asked ChatGPT, is Epstein or Ghislaine Maxwell had any interest in Atlantis? And it came up with literally nothing. What are they talking about?
last half a dozen years, it's hard to come up with a language to express what we're observing in the world other than the language of theology.
Well, demonic by action. So whether or not demons exist, if they did exist, that is how they would behave. They would prey on children and torture children. And there was the one where there was a suggestion when a child was praying to Jesus that, like, there was a joke that someone should dress up like Jesus.
Hold on. It didn't say child. Notice that? That email didn't say anything about it being a child believing in Jesus. Child, the word child was not there.
That someone should dress up like Jesus?
Did
you see that one, Jamie?
No,
They're going to bring it up. Please, Jamie, bring it up.
Like Jesus? I was praying to Jesus. There was a suggestion when a child was praying to Jesus that, like, there was a joke that someone should dress up like Jesus. Did you see that one, Jamie?
No,
Somebody joked about dressing up like Jesus to his girlfriend who believes in Jesus. Oh my God. How dare. Dude, Rogan falls for every slop thing on the internet. I saw, like, you know, there's lots of YouTubers that do cover everything Rogan does, and I saw one of them do a thing where he really does fall for every single thing. Every fake headline, every fake AI video, always. He has no discernment. He's like, I got a pretty good bullshit. That's what the video was. He was like, I got a pretty good bullshit detector. I got good discernment. I could suss out the truth and the facts. And then it shows him just getting everything wrong. Are super chats down and off? They're on. I don't know what's going on. They're on. Check my texts. Oh, okay. That's Amalek checked. He says, all the instances of Atlantis being used in the files, they are talking about a resort island in the Caribbean. Oh, my God. These people. Of course. Again, like, how can people be wrong every day over and over again and still people look to them like they're credible? I don't get it.
I'm not watching this
I don't
stuff.
even want to. I don't even want. People send it to me, and I go, okay, because I'm for the most part off social media. But every now and then, someone will send me something that I have to look at. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And these are emails back and forth. There's one of them where Epstein says, I enjoyed the torture video.
That one's sus. That one's supposedly from the Sultan of the one of the Muslim countries. That very well likely could be a torture video, or it could just be, you know, people used the term torture, like my wife's torturing me this morning, or, oh, I went to the Pilates class and it was really torture. Like, they use it and it's not always in the context of actual torture. But with Epstein and high-level people, maybe they are sharing weird snuff Muslim torture videos or Khashoggi torture videos or something. That one valid. We'll let that one pass.
To pizza. A lot of references to pizza that are 100% some kind of a code.
Yeah.
And then it brings you back to Pizzagate.
Yeah.
And which was widely dismissed.
Dude, are you going to show any, like, where are all the emails where they say pizza, but it's clearly not pizza? Are they going to show us any of those from the Epstein files? No. Look, here's the email. He said it was a child. They joked about dressing up like Jesus. Do the, oh, Jesus, I'm coming. I'm coming, Jesus. It's a fucking joke. They didn't even do it. He joked about when you see her next time, name redacted name, said she felt God's presence next to her when she was in bed. She knows that Jesus watches over her and he helped save her life. Whoops. Nothing about a child. Joe Rogan said it's a child. Nothing about a child. They had to claim whoops is code that it means that she was killed. Then why would he say for, oh, of course. Oh, wait, no, there's another one where it says, you should dress up as him when you see her. Joking, they're all like, it's so satanic. They hate Jesus. He joked about dressing up like Jesus and get in bed with his girlfriend. Nothing about her age, nothing about her being a child. Again, they're just wrong. This is whipping up a hysterical mob that's inevitably going to do something violent. And then the crackdown's going to come, and Jews are going to talk about anti-Semitism and satanic blood libel conspiracy theory tropes, and how much of a threat it is, and how they're terrorists, and how there's no reasoning with you, and it's just a law of nature, and you hate Jews, and it's a sign of the redemption, and you got to make Aliyah. It's all so tiresome.
Of thousands of American children. This is the tweet. Your reminder that Leslie Wexner
Reading a Whitney tweet.
30,000
likes.
The mass rape and trafficking of thousands of American children for over a decade. And right now he is sitting in a 26K square foot mansion in New Albany, Ohio, thinking that he is above the law. She tweeted this in April 28 of 2020. How crazy is that?
Holy shit.
What do you mean? Does he think this was like the first time somebody talked about Epstein and Les Wexner? Lots of independent journalists and mainstream media journalists were talking about Epstein and Wexner before 2020. Joe Rogan is like such a newbie and so uninformed.
She's like the most prolific of all the conspiracy theorists, the most well-read, the one with the most recall, the one that's the most quoted. I don't know how she's so good at it. We're trying to get her on. I don't know how she's so good and what her background is, how she finds all this information, but she's always way ahead of all this.
Well, though it's not hard to find that Epstein was associated with Les Wexner. Come on. Does he think Whitney was the one that discovered Epstein and Les Wexner in 2020? Because she found it in 2020? Because she tweeted about it in 2020? Come on, dude.
Yeah, I mean, 2020.
That's crazy.
Whoa, bro.
Crazy.
Dude, people were covering that shit back in like 2007, 2008, right? When he first got arrested. Wild. Look at this kook. This guy, I'm pretty sure, is a Russian useful idiot also. 300,000 followers. Every video this guy does is just the cesspool, the scum, the worst of the worst delusional conspiracies from this kook. Let's see a bit of this for entertainment. This is your real conspiratainment goy slop.
Years, according to Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein and his Hollywood elite.
I think he's gay too. I'm pretty sure he's gay. I saw that.
Jeffrey Epstein and his Hollywood elite circle have been exposed as cannibals. Not rumors, not whispers. Hard evidence from the fight.
John Swinn's another one too. Dawson was covering it. John Swinn, even I think like mainstream media people were covering it too. Yeah, John Swinn. Can you believe Rogan's so impressed with Whitney Webb talking about Les Wexner in 2020? Fucking amazing. I don't know what's up with the super chats, guys. I can't restart. I don't know how to restart.
Babies in fridges. Jerky as code.
Jerky
that will make your blood run cold.
The kookiest of the kook. Conspiracy grifters doing his jerky shtick. He's a huge... This guy's always doing shit. Watch, we'll do a search for Putin. All his conspiracies are disinfo worshipping Putin.
An entire grotesque subculture of trafficking, consumption, and depravity on an industrial scale that has been blown wide open. And at the rotten heart of it for years, according to Epstein Files investigators, Ellen DeGeneres, the daytime TV queen who smiled into America's living rooms while allegedly orchestrating horrors in the shadows. They called it conspiracy, they called it rumour. But nightmares like this don't disappear, they get buried. And what's buried long enough starts to rot. Buckle up, we're going deep, and we're not pulling any punches. Level of code word horror finally catch.
Or I leave for LSJ, and some
Okay,
of that
this
will go to
stupid thing.
Steve, and the rest will go to you at LSJ when I arrive. Little St. James Island. And that's what LSJ must mean. So logically...
Oh my God, he had an island and he was eating beef jerky there on the island. Oh my God. And also in New York. And all his other houses probably too.
That means that they were doing this off of the island. Steve Hansen is sending...
They were eating jerky not only on the island. Oh my God, guess what, guys? They had jerky on the plane. Jerky on the plane. I think they're eating babies on the plane, guys.
To your attention.
Asmongold said
I believe it should be enough to get him through. Jeffrey Epstein is asking to bring him more jerky. I'm flying in on Friday. I will bring jerky. Is there a time?
Hey, Epstein likes jerky. Can we get the assist? Can we get more jerky? Oh my God, it must be babies. Look at this. Here's in the emails. Francis Derby, that's the chef from the meat restaurant in New York that they were doing the jerky with. Beef Jerky Island. Look, okay, latest food trends. What is Epstein been eating? Ginger drink, jerky, muffins, steak, burger, or short rib and egg for lunch, white tuna. So that's his diet. Not bad. Muffins, butter, 5 pounds of jerky. Please store in freezer and pull out as you need it. Marinade for the jerky emergency if you want to make some more. Enough for 10 strips. Steaks cooked and raw. 6 quarts ginger drink. I think that's for the marinade. Mint, yogurt. Dude, we're talking about beef jerky. The context here is regular beef jerky. Look, what does he want for, I think this is for the plane or his food list. Muffins, butter spray, half and half. Grocery list. Cookies, granola, yogurt. Ham, cheeses, white bread, ham sandwiches, beef jerky if we have any. Dude, this is jerky. We're talking about regular jerky. Please. Another food list update. List of food items for the airplanes should be discussed with Epstein each time. Again, another list. Beef jerky on there. He likes his beef jerky. I like beef jerky too. Billionaires eat steak also. And then we got the other emails where there's the recipes for the jerky, exactly what's in it. Talking about making jerky, having the chef from the restaurant make the jerky with them. Come on. I don't want to keep covering this every show, but like when I show all of the shills, all of the disinfo pushing this, I have to at least give a little receipts to show how stupid this all is. And Rogan's like, Detroit Flames, if you're really trying to say that I'm hinting that I eat babies because I say I like beef jerky too, you've been trolling the whole chat. Did you ride the short bus to school as a kid? Or are you just a lying psychopathic Christian? Which is it? Granola is code for eating poop. I believe it.
Could come say hi and drop off the beef jerky. And that's from Jeffrey Epstein.
I like
Francis
beef jerky.
has time to come tomorrow. Show me how to make it. Jerky class anyone. He will bring you to taste his new jerky.
Yeah, Francis, the chef from the fucking restaurant, is going to come and make beef jerky with everybody.
Recipe from the restaurant. He sends a warm hello. He's working at a restaurant called guys, the restaurant's called...
Oh, the restaurant's called Cannibal? It must mean they're really eating people? No, it's a trendy, upscale restaurant in New York.
Cannibal
An interesting, shocking, edgy name for a restaurant that specializes in head-to-toe meat.
For it, beef jerky...
We saw the YouTube videos. We saw the beef jerky ads for it.
Steak.
We've been sounding the alarm about this restaurant for years, warning everybody who would listen that something truly horrific is going on behind closed doors. And what happened? The usual suspects stepped in. Snopes, all the big fact checkers, they rushed to debunk our reporting. They flat out declared that the elite do not consume human flesh, and that no such restaurant even exists. How inconvenient for them that it's listed right there in the Epstein files. For the record, confirmed restaurant guests include Chelsea and Hillary Clinton, Meryl Streep, Don Lemon, and Justin Trudeau's new partner, Katie.
Oh, I guess they were secretly under the table giving them all baby meat. They were eating off the special menu.
It was just the week we had an inside source providing details. Mexican model Gabriela Rico Jimenez wasn't crazy. She wasn't making it up. Back in 2009, this 21-year-old broke down in hysterics right outside a luxury hotel, screaming the unthinkable. She had just witnessed VIPs consuming human flesh.
¡Comieron humanos! ¡Asquerosidad! ¡Comieron humanos! Yo no estaba enterada de nada. O sea, los asesinatos.
Oh, dude. Some girl just screaming hysterically, dude. She must be totally legit. Hey, somebody said something. What other proof could you ask for?
The depravity.
Okay.
Everyone at the table.
Don't censor the man. Walk away empty-handed.
Okay. He's such a kook. Such a grift. He always goes viral, too. Super viral. So kosher. Cannibal New York City. Looks like a bunch of bomb beef jerky to me. What is this? Sugar cane? Sweet jerky? Spicy jerky? There's your chef. New York chef. Just working for all these different restaurants. No, dude, it's a secret underground satanic ball worshipping baby ring. These people are fucking ridiculous. Let's see this. The religion of the cabal is Yahwehism. All right, this is what is this guy? James Wilcox? Like literally the biggest crank and kook around. I remember one of my friends had his book years ago about like synchronicity. It was the kookiest thing I've ever read in my life. So you know whatever this guy says is going to be retarded.
These spiritual...
He was the QAnon, all this. Dude, this guy believes the craziest fucking things. This is going to be terrible.
These spiritual beings, such as Baal and Moloch, which they still do ceremonies for today, such as in Bohemian Grove. There is...
Dude, that is the... Look it up, guys. Show me any evidence that an owl represents Baal or Moloch. Neither. Baal and Moloch have nothing to do with owls. They just made that shit up. Jones made that shit up. Again, this is Alex Jones. The Alex Jones satanic Moloch cover-up began at the very beginning of his career. How about that? Is that interesting?
A giant effigy, stone effigy of an owl. That's the god Moloch. The god Moloch goes all the way back to Rome and Carthage, in which they were offering...
Rome and Carthage? He's not even saying that it goes back to the Bible and the Israelites and the Hebrews? Rome goes back to Rome. Oh, it's actually a Babylonian Baal-worshipping Roman Nazi occult Atlantean conspiracy. Already. Kenny K.O., tell me you're not listening to this kook. Come on.
Child sacrifices to this god in exchange for power. And then they will do your bidding, but you end up paying a terrible...
Dude, this video is a reenactment from the World Fair in Chicago 100 years ago where they were depicting the history of the Old Testament. This is not a secret sacrifice to Moloch. This is, in the context of the Old Testament, a condemnation of child sacrifice to Moloch. Judaism is anti-Moloch and anti-Satan, and they worship Yahweh. And he wants blood magic sacrifices, and he chose the Jews and wants them to rule the world with their Moshiach. That's the conspiracy. None of these guys can get it right. How is every big influencer getting it so fucking wrong?
Price for it. You end up losing your soul. And, in fact, the groups that work with these entities invariably end up being destroyed, and that is written right into their symbolism, the symbol of the eagle. The original American bird was not the eagle. Benjamin Franklin wanted to be the phoenix. The phoenix is the symbol of the cabal. Why? Because the cabal must be burned to ashes, seems to be completely destroyed, but it keeps arising and reincarnating from the ashes, it comes back.
No. It's the eagle represents Edom and Rome and the Edomite countries. That's what the Jews think. Why is this guy getting the eagle thing wrong? This it's secretly a phoenix thing sounds like that kosher conspiracy dude Jordan Maxwell. The phoenix. If I look this up, if I try to fact check that the eagle of America was originally a phoenix, can we fact check that? I'm suspicious is that that's not true and completely baseless. Who did he say claimed that?
Destroyed, and that is written right into their symbolism, the symbol of the eagle. The original American bird was not the eagle. Benjamin Franklin wanted to be the phoenix. The phoenix is the symbol of the cabal. Why? Because the cabal must be burned to ashes, seems to be completely destroyed, but it keeps arising and reincarnating from the ashes. It comes back. So part of their religious belief is that in order to get their new world order, they must be publicly exposed.
All right, hold on. We got a fact check. Let's check out the fact check here. No, Benjamin Franklin did not want the American eagle to be a phoenix. What he actually objected to was the choice of the bald eagle. He famously suggested a completely different bird instead. He wrote in 1784, letter to his daughter, "For my own part, I wish the bald eagle had not been chosen, the representative of our country. He is a bird of bad moral character, too lazy to fish for himself, a rank coward. The turkey, in comparison, a much more respectable bird and true original native of America. The phoenix was never seriously proposed by Franklin." Dude, again, these guys get everything wrong. Dude, how lame would a turkey have been for our symbol? We had a turkey on all of our shit. That would be lame. The turkey, the nation of turkeys. All right, so, dude, this is the same story with these guys every time. They make these wild claims. They lie constantly. Every time I look up their claim, it's fucking wrong. It takes me 30 seconds, and every time it's wrong. Not talking about the eagle representing Rome and Edom, like the rabbis all say. They're not sharing those clips. No, he's sharing this garbage, this kosher shill garbage.
Belief is that in order to get their new world order, they must be publicly exposed. They must die for their beliefs. They will appear to be wiped out.
Does this sound familiar?
And they actually believe that these extraterrestrial gods that they've been contracting with all these centuries are going to return, and they will be glorified. They will return in light bodies, and they will actually now be the rulers of the earth.
Oh my God. Let's see. How viral is this going? Let's see. 129. Thank God it's not better. All right. 90,000 likes on Instagram for this guy who said he looked at the Epstein files and saw babies being sexually assaulted, murdered, and their intestines being consumed. Dude. The legend gets more crazy with every telling. That is funny. That is so funny, Autonomous. Yes, guys. Drinking from a mason jar. Good one. Official. It's official. That is hilarious. They're on to me. No, we prefer drinking in glass. Just a glass jar. Not a mason. It's a non-mason jar, actually. No mason brand on my jars. Busted. Apparently there is child porn. This is what a lot of the files that they're saying, and what Bondi mentioned was that Epstein had child porn. Like child porn he had got, or he had downloaded, or something like that. So I have seen that is true. There is stuff coming out of him having what looks like underage porn. My understanding. So we'll see what he says, but that's the one thing that is in the files. That's what Bondi said.
I just made the biggest mistake. Probably that I've ever made. in my life.
87K.
Last night, couldn't sleep, looked at the files, started with documents, moved on to video, and my God, bloody hell. We're living in bloody hell. I had to stop because I can't unsee what I saw. In my life, I watched horror movies, not even close. Blood-curdling screams of young kids, the fear.
There's no video of screams of young kids. What is he talking about? I haven't seen that shit.
And these children, these people are the devil walking earth. The devil is on earth. It was horrible.
No specifics, just devil, 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 Satan, Satan, Satan.
Unaliving of children. The idea that they've been unaliving children, cutting up intestines and eating them, unaliving babies.
Oh my God. So is that he's going off the anonymous tip or the tip from like 2020? So like any crazy person calls the FBI and says he saw George Bush eating poop and mutilating babies and eating their intestines and Oprah was there on the yacht and he saw it all, and there's no like any kook can call in and say any story and they write it down and it makes its way in the files. Do we have any discernment at all about? Are we going to have any nuance about what we should take seriously and what we shouldn't?
Violating, essaying these children. I mean, I've never in my life, if you had told me in my wildest dreams, I swear, maybe I'm naive. Am I naive? But if you told me in my wildest dreams that this kind of thing was happening in this country or with the Vatican and all this whole circle of
Vatican
power.
I'm seeing a lot of people spin this into the Vatican also.
Wouldn't have believed you.
All right, let's see. What do we have here? Yeah, this is their evidence of Satan worshipers. So weird, eclectic artists that have to come up with new outfits and new concert styles and themes all the time. They dress up in a weird costume, and that's your proof that she's a demon and she's satanic? Like, oh, she's got weird shit on. She worships the devil. Hey, I guess if my daughter dresses up like a witch for Halloween, I guess that means that Satan's real and we all got to worship Jesus. She dressed like a turkey. I know. Clearly her shtick is wearing crazy costumes. That's hot. Yeah, this is a Mugatu style. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Open Satanists. Satanic boots. They just go, it's just Satanism everywhere, man. Lady Gaga, dude, spirit cooking, bro. A tub of honey with a model in it, bro. It's just like total devil worship. 8,000 likes. They're all Satan worshipers. They're not even hiding it. Keep her far away from children. She's a demon. Dude, it's a costume and a performance. I think this is a fake account. Liz Churchill, almost 1 million followers. I'm pretty sure this is a fake bot account. I don't think anybody's ever heard this girl talk or post any real pictures. You ask for proof of Satanism, they show you shit like this. Yeah, they're into weird art. They act like this is proof that they're openly worshiping Satan. The type of stuff they come up with. Look, they really are Satan worshipers, aren't they? 14,000 likes. This is from a decade ago. Developing Grammy Award-winning artist has left her fans disturbed. None of her fans are disturbed, you idiot. Recent performance, 7,000 likes, 16 years ago. Dude, tell me this isn't satanic panic. All right, RT pushing it. RT pushing it. Satanic hysteria being pushed by Russian disinfo network again. Putin, we are at war with Satanism, occultism, and witchcraft. We are defeating the sorcerers and the wizards and the witches to save children. Come on, dude. How dumb do you have to be to fucking buy this stupid narrative? No, they're not putting children in cages. Billionaires buy bird cages to show off on their islands that they've got exotic birds. All the emails are about birds and bird cages. Another kooky theory. All right. 2 hours and 11 minutes. I don't know what's up with the super chats, guys. I'm sorry. I tried refreshing a bunch of times. They're not working. Nothing I'm doing. It must be down or something. I'm clicking replay. Nothing happens. So appreciate everybody that donated. Hopefully it'll work and I'll play them the next show. I'll be back tomorrow. Same time. Hopefully not. I can't do another video about jerky and this satanic disinfo. I'm just going to cover some of the Christian goy slop, Christian and rabbi goy slop that we got, and whatever other big news. Who knows? We may be at war with Iran by tomorrow. We will see. But you guys are awesome. I appreciate you all. Thank you for the support. Share the links. Buy the book, link below. Sign up for Subscribe Star. Clip the show. Spread the word. And I will see you guys soon. Take care. But I gotta pee, but I gotta do it. I can keep going. We'll do the alien. We'll do the alien stuff too. All right, first one. Let's go. They're like, quick, squirrel! Or actually, everybody's whipped up in a frenzy about Anunnaki. I was on mute, I realized. Everybody's whipped up into a frenzy about Anunnaki and fallen angels and demons, so now they're ready to unleash the alien hoax and really mix it up.
Do you think that he's about to make an announcement about UFOs? Because President Obama was just on a podcast talking about how he believes in UFOs and hinting that he saw something when he was president.
Oh my God, he's just messing around.
I said this in my podcast too. What's funny is
Encore.
We've kind of asked my father-in-law about this because
premature ending. Guilty of that often, says Real Vision. That's funny.
We're like, well, what do you know?
Finish too soon, guys.
We all want to know about the UFOs. Or
I blew my load a little too quick with the outro.
We want to know what's going on, and he played a little coy with us, and so that, of course, led us to believe
Balian deception, right? Baalian.
Fully tell us. Maybe there's more to it, and then I have just heard kind of around that. I think he's actually said. I think my father-in-law's actually said it. That there is some speech that he has that I guess at the right time, and I don't know when the right time is, he's going to break out and talk about, and it has to do with maybe some sort of extraterrestrial life, so to speak.
Oh, what? Not that one. Here's the next one.
Oh, I'm very interested in that. How much they...
A lot of interest in the people coming from space, you know.
Yes.
And I know you're interested in that.
Oh, I'm very
too.
interested in that. How much did they tell you about that?
A lot.
Really?
Yeah.
What'd they tell you? How much can you tell?
So
How's that work? Is it like super
I think
top
I
secret?
Can tell, you know.
Tell
I think,
me.
Well, based on Hunter Biden, I can say whatever the hell I want, right? But no. But I interviewed a few people. It's never been my thing, I have to be honest. I have never been a believer. I have people that Area 51 or whatever it is.
Mhm.
I think it's the #1 tourist attraction in the whole country or something. Area 51 in Las Vegas. Do you know that, right?
Sure, I know what it is.
So anyway, but it's a big tourist thing. So I interviewed jet pilots that say they saw something. If you saw them, you'd love to have them as your
I've had a
son.
couple in here. Commander David Fravor.
Yeah.
I had him in, who had that sighting in 2004. Very,
Yeah.
very compelling with video
compelling.
evidence, radar evidence.
I interviewed
Ryan Graves.
I don't believe his name, but I interviewed jet pilots that were solid people, perfect. I mean, great pilots, great everything. And they said, we saw things, sir, that were very strange. Like a round ball, but it wasn't a comet or a meteor. It was something. And it was going 4 times faster than an F-22, which is a very fast plane, you know. Something.
I want to talk to you about aliens.
Yeah.
UFOs, UAPs.
I know.
The disclosure we've seen in Congress
Yeah.
recently. It's confusing and upsetting a lot of Americans because there's something happening. There are unidentified aerial.
Dude, are they going to hit us with alien invasion and Gog and Magog at the same time? And satanic panic, destruction of Edom? It's all going down. It's all culminating into the biblical end time script.
Phenomena in the sky. We don't know what they are. Do you?
So it's such a question I do get a lot, and it's such an interesting question. I've met with pilots that look just like you, actually. Okay, they have more of a crew cut. Okay, they look like him and they look like you. Some of them look like you,
a little fatter.
But these are perfect people.
Okay,
and they're not
perfect,
not crazy, conspiratorial. Yeah. They're not crazy. Yeah. And they tell me stories that they've seen things that you wouldn't believe. These are not people that you would say, "Gee, oh, that's okay."
Way. President of the United States.
But
there's no way.
So I met with pilots like beautiful Tom Cruise, but taller.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Handsome, perfect people. Sir, there was something there that was round in form and going like 4 times faster than my super jet fighter plane. And I look at these guys, and they really mean it.
Yeah.
And am I a believer? No, I can't say I am. But I have met with people that are serious people that say there's some really strange things that they see flying around out there. And, you know, if you go to Nevada and you look at that little section of where they go to look at the aliens, where they think all the aliens are landing. That, you know, it's I think it's maybe the #1 tourist attraction in the United States.
Roswell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roswell. I think it's the #1. It's the lines of people waiting.
Probably not even
no
close.
Idea how many times I've asked that question.
But don't you have access to that information?
I have access, and I speak to people about it. I've had actually meetings on it, and they will tell you there's something going on. When they say things are going 4 times faster than my beautiful top-of-the-line airplane that goes, you know, real fast.
With no identifiable propulsion
Mach
system.
2,
Yeah.
right?
These things are creating their own gravity fields, allegedly.
Well, they have people that are very smart and very solid have said they believe there is something out there. And, you know, it makes sense that there could be. I've never been convinced, even despite that. You know, I just, for some reason, it's not my thing. But a lot of people believe that it's true. A lot of very good, solid people believe it's true.
And you
I know there are illegal aliens out there, but those are the ones that come through the border. We have plenty of them. Those are the ones I know. When you say aliens, I say, are they illegal aliens? These might be illegal, but we don't want to.
But yeah, those are the aliens we should be concerned about only.
Because if they can go 4 times faster, we're not going to test them. So it's an interesting question.
Yeah, for sure.
Is there a chance that one of these orgs is potentially hiding information from you about aliens?
I guess so. It's you have the deep state, and you do have a deep state. And certainly they could. But I don't think on this subject, I was interested in it because I've been asked so many times. And I talked to people that have said that they've, you know, it was a sighting. And it's very believable. It's very possible that there is something. And why wouldn't there be? You know, you take a look at the universe and you see all of the different planets and you see this, you know, look, here we are on one relatively small planet. Why wouldn't there be on a planet that's, you know, 400 times the size? Why wouldn't there be somebody? So, you know, it's certainly believable to me.
Okay, here's a viral video going around. Peter Lavenda on Danny Jones.
We can't capture it. We can't attack it.
Talking about aliens.
We can't attack it. We can't do anything about it. It has total dominion over our skies if it wants to. It shows up when it wants to, when it wants to. We can't predetermine this. We cannot control them. There's nothing, we have no power over them, right?
Right.
Demonstrably, we have no power over them, which means we have no sovereignty, which is a major problem for the U.S. government.
Dude, I hate these guys have a whole lot of talk and no proof. It's never any proof. Yeah, good point, Rain. He says, while the Goy are talking about the Greys, no one is talking about Trumpstein's son investing in Israeli killer drone company. Isn't there also something about, I saw like LeBron James and Steph Curry and basketball players are heavily invested in Israeli tech companies also? You guys see that story? This is the biggest Baal drop. You're right, dude. The Baal is about to drop.
Disclosure is a problem for them because they would have to come out and say,
this is not a Baal game, guys.
Sorry, guys, we don't control the skies.
Right.
They do. In fact, they probably control the ocean.
It's not the Illuminati. It's the Baaluminati.
In fact, we're not
Goy
so
slop
sure
everywhere.
either, right? We control
Danny Jones, just like Joe Rogan, huge Goy slop conspiratainment outlets.
This much here.
Very thin layer.
And only if they don't show up and bomb us for some reason, right? Or land on our thin layer and abduct our citizens or something. So there's no possibility of an agreement with them, number one. So they cannot protect us on a legal basis for sure, but they also on a technological basis cannot defend us. We don't know where they come from. We can't invade their territory.
Right.
All ideas of warfare go out the window.
Yeah, we have no map of where they operate.
No, we have no leverage at all. So we're at the mercy of these things.
Yeah, dude, this is a whole different Baal game. You're right, leaf blower. Oh my God, dude. Time travel? Oh, dude, this guy believes in time travel too. Who are these kooks? Well, why are we entertaining these guys that just like, you know, promise you the moon and don't deliver on anything substantial? Hebrew Hammer's dropping on the Baals, smashing Baals. Oh, dude, what is Glenn Beck saying now? Come on, PragerU.
I at times have felt impressions from God, and about 4 or 5 weeks ago, it was overwhelming. I know why I was born. This is why you are here.
To serve Jews?
Why you were born.
Why? To serve Israel?
It is to stand at these times and to stand for the truth and to stand, not to sound grandiose, but to stand as other people in history have stood, especially for the Jewish people. And it is humbling, a little bit terrifying, but a relief to finally know.
Oh my gosh, dude, he is the worst. Just pure Christian goy slop from all the biggest influencers. What does Roseanne say? Ukrainian or Nazis? Support Putin and the White Hats and QAnon and Trump and take down the Baal worshippers and the Nazi occultist Babylonians. Is that what Roseanne's going to say?
I'm from the Ukraine. The Ukrainian, there is a large faction of Nazis. I don't know if you know this, but there's a large amount of Nazis in the Ukraine, and they actually killed my whole family. I'm from the Ukraine, and they marched my entire family, grandmothers, great-grandparents, 10 siblings out into the forest and buried them alive in the Ukraine. So I don't understand why everybody's Ukraine. Well, I do understand, and that's also what terrifies me. People better wake up and do some research on their own instead of buying what comes across on the screen. And I try to shake them up, Pierce. You're goddamn right I do. I try to shake them up and crack their mind control programming. I do it for God.
Well, here's Roseanne. What
I don't agree. Hey, taking out those Nazi Ukrainians with Putin for God.
with you about a lot of the stuff you said about Ukraine. I know what you said, and you're perfectly entitled to your views. I would say in relation to the suggestion that they're all a bunch of
You
Nazis.
haven't seen the swastikas on those
Roseanne, hang on, let me
soldiers'
finish.
arms.
The
It's in the
President Zelensky
news.
himself is Jewish, so obviously he is de facto not a Nazi.
I know, but he's not a good one. Are all Jews the same? For God's sake, talk about anti-Semitic. Just because the guy's a Jew doesn't mean he likes Jews or that he's doing anything good for the Jews. I mean, so what? Who cares what anybody is? That was the whole point of my tweet. Just because they're skin folk don't mean they're kin folk. You know what I mean? Just because they're the same color as you don't mean they ain't trying to lock your ass up. Wake up, people! Snap out of it.
Wow, feasing. Dude, she is literally mentally ill. She's self-professed mentally ill and autistic. Oh, we missed this one. They're asking about aliens. The Christians are wearing the mark on the mark of the beast on their forehead.
That the president has a prepared speech on this issue that he prepares to deliver at the right time. Is that true? And does the Trump administration believe aliens are real?
Well, a speech on aliens would be news to me. That sounds very exciting, though. I'll have to check in with our speech writing team. And that would be of great interest to me personally, and I'm sure all of you in this room, and apparently former President Obama, too. So we'll keep you posted on that.
New York Post that the president has a prepared speech on this.
Let's check in on Timcast paranormal event.
Comments, people are losing it over the Tim, what are you talking about? You had some kind of experience at the studio.
Uh-oh. Just like Tucker Carlson, he got attacked by a demon and now believes in Jesus? Don't tell me. Is that what this is going to be?
I can say one thing. Poltergeist experience. Twice. And everybody was like jaws hanging on the floor, freaked out by what happened. And I would just say...
They were like...
I don't know how...
The power of Christ compels you! The power of Christ compels you!
All the Tim Pool staff was like calling in the exorcism, calling in another Christian theologian propagandist to prop up.
Maybe internet, like, Alex Jones was speaking a while ago about interdimensional beings, Joe Rogan years and years ago. Everybody's got a different way to describe some type of experience with something that defies our understanding of physics. How could objects move on their own, or doors open by the windows slide up, the lights turn on and off, or, weird things. For some of these, it's actually not a miracle. Like if a light turned on with no power, it's like, I think you can do that with powerful blasts of EMF. Electromagnetic waves can, make something light up. But there are some that you can't explain, and we've experienced them. And so this makes you certainly question your reality. Now, again, like Alex Jones says, interdimensional beings. Some people do DMT and they say like machine.
Dude, how do all the right-wing grifting MAGA Putin show influencers all start telling you that demons are real and you got to believe in Jesus? Every single one of them. The demons really are picking on the e-celebs. Dude, the demon attacks, I have to say, the demon attacks are really backfiring, because every time a demon attacks one of these huge influencers, they just start shilling Jesus nonstop. Talk about counterproductive. Demons need to come up with a new strategy if they're going to try to get people to worship the devil and not just become Christians.
Elves, something's beyond the veil interacting with the fabric of our reality. Some say angels and demons. I don't know. All I can say is not to kick the conversation off in this direction necessarily, but we had our experience here and it was very strange. So I don't know where else you guys want to begin, though, in talking about these maybe non-human entities.
Well, first to comment on what you just said, I think just scientifically based, I think that the fact that we have quantum entanglement, that we've proven that quantum entanglement exists in and of itself, even from just a pure scientific perspective, is an admission that we live, I believe that our existence is the surface of a larger existence, if that makes sense. Like we're living on a one dimension of a more complicated existence or creation.
Who is this guy?
Yeah. And so I think that is patently, demonstrably proven through things like quantum entanglement. And so the question is, what is that? What exists in that, in the large?
Steve Quayle. We got to check in on Steve Quayle. High-level noticer. I remember Alex Jones would promote him all the time. He's one of the kookiest of the kooks out there, too. I want to see what disinfo he's running right now. I'm pretty sure the last time I saw him, he was Putin shilling hard with that other big Putin shill and kosher conspiracy slop dude, Mike Adams, Natural News. Steve Quayle was with him going full kook mode. I got to check in on him.
For existence, what is that, right?
Right. Well, to throw it to, what Alex Jones was saying, what was he saying? Fifth dimensional beings? Is that what he described them as?
I think so, yeah.
Interdimension and clockwork elves and the Nephilim and the fallen angels, actually, ladies and gentlemen.
This fun documentary that went viral 20 years ago called What the Bleep Do We Know? Have you ever seen it?
No. That's such pseudoscience crap. So much was wrong with that and misrepresented.
And
I remember seeing
kind of like
that.
New Age hippy dippy nonsense or whatever, but it is pretty good.
Pseudoscience nonsense.
It's this weird guy trying to explain the universe, through analogy and stuff. And he says, imagine there's a two-dimensional existence, meaning they like Pac-Man.
Yeah.
When you look down on them, they have no concept of up or down. It doesn't exist. They can't perceive it. So if you have this two-dimensional space and there's this little Pac-Man moving around left and right, if you were to speak to him.
Look at Steve Quayle. I went to his website. Q alerts. Gold shill, Q alerts. Epstein files. The Q files. Oh, he's a Q-tard. The Mars Antarctica connection. Oh, that sounds deep. Prophetic words. Come on, dude. Zombies. Scripture of the day. Dude, this was one of Alex Jones's go-to experts. The stupid demons.
Down at him. He would feel your voice from the center of his being emanating outward. And that's a divine experience, which is fascinating because I've met people who've had those experiences and said they felt a voice come from within them and tell them things. And then
I've had that experience.
Funny how they'll entertain every kooky conspiracy out there, but just say anybody saying the Bible's not real and that Jesus is a myth made up to theologically conquer the world. No, they won't touch the Jesus deception. No, that's actually people claim that's the psyop. Then why is it not promoted on any big platform anywhere or no viral videos about it? Why?
A booming voice from within your body. It could perhaps just be a higher dimensional being speaking. And the vibrations come from seemingly within you, but it's coming from a different direction we can't perceive.
Can we hear about it?
Yeah, it's a weird story. I was driving to a donor meeting, and was in my car, and suddenly I had like this weird sensation. It was almost like a something wafted air really quickly past me, while I was in a vehicle, and I heard distinctly, it wasn't like a voice, like a human voice, but it was clear, like I recognized it as a message that said, say yes. So I go into this donor meeting and I'm supposed to ask for a contribution. We end up talking about stuff. And the individual said, he's like, you know more about my topic than a lot of the people that I work with in the finance industry. And he said, I came here to write you a check, but I'd rather just see if you want to be a partner, honestly, after our conversation. And I just, at that moment, it was like, holy cow.
Say yes.
I'm supposed to be the one saying yes. I mean, normally you go and I was supposed to ask him for money. He's supposed to say yes instead. And so I felt like that was a radical move, like, career change. But that's my personal experience.
Yeah. And, I've never heard an audible voice myself, but speaking of new buildings, when we moved to Tennessee, we had a brand new house, and we've had.
Dude, let's start getting into ghost stories. I don't know if I can handle any more of this.
1800 standing right before him, who screams, and they says it's true. And really, what happened is they both briefly had the timelines flash past each other.
You're kind of describing what you were talking about with like just the physics. What do we and what do?
Because I think, again, Alex Jones is talking about interdimensional beings that are sending guidance to.
Dude, how many times is he going to cite Alex Jones? Dude, Alex Jones is your authority on interdimensional beings, dude. How kooky are you?
Elites telling them what to do. What if aliens, as people believe them to be, are actually interdimensional, and that explains how they're able to travel vast different. It explains what we can't see.
Yeah.
You know, we don't see other civilizations. It explains how we're like, how do you travel a billion light years? You don't. It's through space-time or whatever, through dimensions. And what if these are not
Yeah, bro, it's like space-time through a wormhole, just like the movies, bro.
that are controlling the flow of our existence?
You want to go skateboard later?
For their own ends.
Yeah, the interdimensional thing was like a meme with Alex Jones, but then your colleague, Rep Luna, I think a year or two ago, literally came out and said, I don't know if she believed in it or she had proof that there were interdimensional beings.
She definitely stated it.
Yeah, I'm like,
oh my god.
So I was in the very first hearing.
This guy's in Congress.
The big whistleblower David Grush, in his report that he gave to us, and I read it beforehand, and that struck me the most out of his report was that he said you know one of the theories is that what we're experiencing is you know aliens are interdimensional, and whenever in the hearing, I had 5 minutes. I asked him that question. Can he drill into that? And it was interesting. It was really an interesting topic. And it does, because my contention was, look, I understand that there's the probability of life being somewhere in this universe that's so vast. But I also think the probability goes the other way too. The universe is so vast. What are the odds, given traditional space-time travel, knowing that, you know, under Einstein's theory, nothing really can exceed the speed of light through conventional space-time? What are the odds that other life that exists somewhere in the vast universe, of all the places that it could go, it chooses to come here, third rock from the sun, right? Like that to me is also improbable. That's why David Grush said, you know, the interdimensional aspect of this changes all of that.
Well, you see, here's the sad reality: is there's thousands of different intelligent species. They exist all over the universe, interdimensionally and otherwise. They're all aware of the existence of God and each other, except us, because we're reality TV for them. They're just entertained by it. That's why they care about.
Cool, good one, bro.
They're like, let's just watch these people.
Okay.
Everybody knows.
Wow, dude. That's the most Tim Pool I've watched in a long time, and I know why. All right, guys. Now we're really closing it out. Love you all. Thank you. Sorry about the super chats. The power chats. We'll try to play them tomorrow. Like, share, subscribe, clip, share the links, book below. See you guys tomorrow. Take care.